allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay.
She
Off your mic.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one na dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. And in dey touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn làjò. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wú.
Oh, okay. I think we lost our sound there, by the way. Sorry about that. So, one sec again. So, good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. Remember, after reading this, the caption of this broadcast, read the description of the broadcast as well. Like it. Share it. To invite your friends and your not so friendly friends. Tell all of them that Mayegun today, it is brunch time with Mayegun. And thank you so much for joining me. So consider this as the continuation from yesterday's shameless, embarrassing event that took place in Nigeria. A lot of them have been reacting expectedly. And guess what? Their reactions have been coming with, they just brought it to my knowledge now. It has been brought to my knowledge. The Kano State governor, whose states some of these children were kidnapped from 94 days ago, until yesterday, he didn't know that these children were taken from his own state. I mean, they were taken from Zaria, Kaduna. They were taken from Kano, Kano State. Kano, Kaduna. So the Kano State governor came out and said, it has been brought to my knowledge, which means he didn't know that Tinubu's government, Tinubu's regime, kidnapped, tens of children from his states until yesterday. Similarly, in Kaduna, it has been brought to my knowledge that some children were, they didn't know too, including the Atannije of Nigeria. That is Fagbemi, the APC, Egbekegbe's lawyer during the Tinubu's tribunal defense. He too came out last night. It has been brought to my notice, to my knowledge, that some children were, similarly, the police IG also came out and said, listen guys, drama apart, all these things, not drama. Those people we took to court, they were not children, they were adults. In fact, some of them have children, married. So don't be deceived. They were okay. There was no problem until their lawyers told them to start acting. According to the police IG, Kayode Egbetokun said, those what you saw on TV yesterday, they were just drama, they were acting. Then Ladejobi, Muyiwa, the police public relation officer, also came out and said, don't get deceived. It was all drama. Those children, those people are not children. They were adults. In fact, in Nigeria, we can charge you to court as long as you are older than 7 years old. The only person we can charge to court is 7 years old kids. And those ones you saw on TV yesterday, they were not kids. On Twitter, The Arewa Twitter, this mad lunatic, God knows the mofo that is behind the handle. This is one of the handles they used in spreading their tribal bigotry, ethnic hatred, including religious, division during the election or the selection they had, the charade. So yesterday, in their lunacy, they retweeted this. We give the government and the judiciary 48 hours to release these children and provide them with food, shelter, and medical care, or we shall come out en masse for a peaceful protest. These are part of those who championed the APC, egbekegbe rhetorics, the rhetoric of APC, egbekegbe divisive rhetoric, the hateful rhetoric of APC. This particular handle is one of them on social media. So they were all shocked yesterday, or pretended to be, because these children, they have been in detention. IRS, the notorious IRS Abduction in Abuja, they have been in Kuje prison for 93 days. Today makes it 94 days. They were not fed. They all look malnourished and all that with what we saw yesterday. So the police IG said, these children, they are not children, they are adults. And we have also had people who have reacted that they do not deserve any pity, especially the typical Nigerians, okay? And some of them, they are obedient too, who probably just feel so angry that when they were trying to save this contraption from Tifnumbu and APC, egbekegbe, that in northern Nigeria, these children, they were acting as adults, registered to vote. Look at their faces. We saw all of this online. You see, all of your reactions are legit. See all these children. In 2023, they were registered as adults so that they could vote. But we all know that these are just the making of the criminal politicians in northern Nigeria, just to make sure that they could use them to what? To rig elections. Underage children were allowed to register in northern Nigeria. They were registered by their clerics. These are children who are not provided any education. They can neither read nor write. If you give, if once they provided them with 500 naira, 1,000 naira, they will be on the queue, and they're not born any INEC official well to try and remove them from voting. You all know that. But you know, Nigeria is already like messed up already. You are already effed up. So, and the APC, egbekegbe will also kind of leverage on that. Rather than people come together to condemn this, people are divided along their own preference line, so to say. And it is to the advantage of Tifnumbu and gang. So, apart from the fact that the Atannije, the deceiver of Nigeria, called the Attorney General of Nigeria, pretended to be shocked, his office, working with the police, they are those prosecuting these people. So according to them, the list they put out, take a look at this. They put list out and they gave these children ages between 14 and 34. So they said they were adults and they will be treated as adults. So the office of the Atannije of Nigeria is aware of the detention of these children. The police is treating them as adults. A clip from last night, just let's start from this before we get to that of the PRO. It's all messed up. That contraption.
It's okay, thank you. What actually happens today is that the 76 defendants were brought for arraignment who were alleged to have participated in this violent uprising against the government in Kano State. What actually baffles me today is that a matter of a sovereign national interest, a situation where a youth of this particular country would organize themselves into a violent protest, calling on an outsider to come and take over power from the government of Nigeria. otherwise than by constitutional means, this situation will never be tolerated. What actually happened, the details of the ruling is that the matter has been adjourned to January 24 for the substantive hearing of the matter so far. And the court has graciously granted a bail on a very, very stringent conditions, which they are to be remanded in Kuje correctional centers, while others are to be remanded in the Boston training, pending the hearing of the substantive charge. But the point I want to make, I just want to make a point, please. These people have been in lawful custody of the police for a considerable length of time, and none of them exhibited any sickness. But unfortunately, they were instigated by lawyers. Yes, Garba.
These boys that we brought to the court today, all of them are adults. Most of them are married men. None of them is a minor. Some of them are university graduates. The small kids you are seeing here, they came with some of their parents to come and greet their loved ones. They are not even the real suspect standing trial in this case. These boys were arrested in Kaduna and Zaria. Imagine the level we find ourselves now. Do you know how much it costs us to be at this level of a democracy in this country? These young boys are trying to destabilize Nigeria using the Russian flags and other countries, calling on the military to remove our president. Is it fair to even remove the state governors that they don't want democracy again? If you don't like democracy, are we forcing you? You go back home and sit. Everybody is enjoying their fundamental rights. Nobody is abusing their rights. Everybody is enjoying free movement, and everything's are moving fine in the country. These boys, only for no reason, they started protests, violent protests with the flags, foreign flags, Russian flags. Haba, is that what we want in this country? Don't mind the defense council. They will always say something to tarnish the name of Nigerian police. It's not true. In my own case, we filed charge against 43 defendants, and all of them were produced to the court today. All of them are adults. Forget about what they are telling you, that they are small children, this and that. Ask the defense counsel, do they truly know the suspect they are defending?
I want to understand something. The first set that were arraigned this morning, that were granted
I am not in that first case. My case is the second case. My case is the suspect, the defendants there are 43. So don't ask me about any case that I'm not involved. My name, I am Rimam Somte Ezekiel. I'm the Chief Superintendent of
Nuisance Lele.
You get? Even the junior lawyers behind him, they were laughing because it was like a total mockery. So people reacted. And the police, Muyiwa Ladejobi also, the police PRO, had this to say about this incident.
The use of the word of minor, I don't understand, because those that are not criminally liable under the law, those are the people that are young ones below the age of 7. Once you are more than 7, you can be charged to court. The only thing is that you need to follow certain procedures to do that. But none of them is less than 7. I think the youngest should be 13. The fact that you're a 13-year-old doesn't mean you cannot be charged to court. So anybody, even in the children and young person's act, you can still charge you to court because you are 13-year-old. You can go to court. These are those who actually are leveraged on the end bad governance protest. They hijacked the protest and they are so violent. They are the people that are flying the Russian flags and many foreign flags, which of course is a punishable offense. So we and every custodial facility of the government in Nigeria takes care of the inmates, whether those that they have decided on their cases or those that still are awaiting trial. The 76 of them were charged to court, and they have been with us on court order. Anyway, the police has not detained anybody illegally. We have not acted illegally on this in this case so far. But today we are very surprised. We are taken aback to witness the drama that played out today at the courts when the 76 of them fainted. But we are shocked because nobody has ever reported any ailment or underlying ailments to the police before now. By and large, the court has a discretion to decide, and the court has granted them bail. While before they meet up with the conditions, the bail conditions, I think they should be in the correctional facility. That's the job of the Nigerian Correctional Service. They will take care of them, and when they meet up with their bail condition, they can go. But this will not in any way stop the prosecution.
That is the position of the police. We are so surprised that all of you are surprised that these are not minors. These are adults. The youngest among them is 13, and they are charging them for treason, treasonable felony, an effort to overthrow illegitimate regime of Tinubu. And that is punishable by death, by the way. To them, these malnourished children, they are adults, and they are capable of overthrowing the government in Nigeria, of flying the flag. These are children that are not in any, they can't read nor write. These were the Alimajiri children that the Nigeria police raided. Like in all conscience, right? Real conscience of any human being, they raided these children from the streets just to serve as a deterrent. The people that they claimed protested violently, this or that, at least you would expect to see their image. Compare, Abi, or look at these ones. These are children who can't read, all right? So who gave them the Russian flags? Who brought Russian flags into the protest? Who shared it among them? And did these children know anything about implication of holding a Russian flag, a flag for that matter? So the police believe that these children flying or waving the Russian flag, which there is actually no evidence of them, or again, it is Nigeria. Somebody shared a story. You know what they are doing to them, right? It's called radicalization. Don't worry, Nigeria will pay. I saw one of the image where one of the kids was looking up like, let's see how they do here. Somebody shared a story. The story of how a young, it was actually like a documentary that was done by the Al Jazeera. So a young terrorist was interviewed in Kenya who joined Al-Shabaab. So it was like the young boy said he was on his way home, right? From, from playground or so. And he didn't know that Al-Shabaab, they have detonated a car bomb in Nairobi, in Kenya. So the police, to show that they were working, they were raiding everyone, including that young man. They raided the boy. He spent 10 months in prison until he was finally brought to face a judge, and the judge found him not involved or not guilty because they could not link him to any. He was raided and paraded as a terrorist, a Shabab terrorist. Meanwhile, he was just raided on the road. So when the boy was finally released, he decided, then he's been damaged already. Here you get, he's been damaged psychologically, mentally enough that he was just full of rage, that he wanted revenge. And the only way to have his revenge against the system in Kenya is to go and join the Al-Shabaab. Some people say that's too extreme. The boy has always probably wanted to be a terrorist. High right. see all these children, they are the abandoned children, failed children. They are the textbook definition of a failed country. Those who looted the money meant for their education, their health care. They are flying private jets up and down. And these children joined the protest, right, of end bad governance, hunger protest, only for them to end up in more mess of states, what do you call it, state double standard or state, there's a name for it. So let's use a sledgehammer to kill a mosquito, kind of, right? Just to prove that we can set a deterrent to others. So now that the country has failed them, the system has failed them, and the country now is now punishing them and about to sentence them to death. Possibly not, or they have been locked up for more than 3 months, 94 days in detention. So what do you think the end goal is going to be? Radicalization. So by the time these children are going to come back for all of us, we are going to pay more. Even though me and you were probably not part of those who incarcerated them, who is punishing them for this, right? We are not part of those who looted their education. Children that are supposed to be in school, no, they are not. They are on the streets begging. They can neither read nor write. But rather than the state to actually see this as a danger of what we call the sitting on the keg of gunpowder, they doubled down. That's the word I was looking for. They doubled down so that they could use them as scapegoats to others who might want to come together later and say they want to question the government on why they are sort of leading you this way, Abi. So when this finally backfires, we are all going to pay. And when I say we, as long as this contraption continues to exist, we will pay. Here is Prophet Abina, Reverend Buba, El Buba. I have something to say on this too.
Nigerians, do you want to tell me that your humanity are all gone? Look at these little children being paraded or being brought to court. Shame to the judiciary. I really tell you, I'm ashamed of a nation called Nigeria. President Tinubu, I feel the pain of ordinary Nigerians, what they're going through. And if 200 millions of us will sit down and watch what is going on, it's shameful. It's shameful to all of us, Nigerians. With all that is going on in this country, we can watch what happened today in the courts in Abuja. On minors, 12-year, 14-year, 13-year, being charged with treason. And we are all watching. I feel the pain as a father and a grandfather. Or people just crying out that there is suffering, and massive suffering in this land. Look at the massive pain people are going through. It has never happened. And you're all sitting down. Is it when the whole land consumes every one? That's when you will all speak up. Shame. Gareku duka leaders na arewa. Mutanen arewa. Ku gani yadda aka bar ya'yanmu. Yaran da ya kamata suna kwana a cikin gidansu o gidajensu. Yau a tashi waye gari a cece wayannan yaran. A je ajiye su kamar barayi. Ba kashe mutane suka yi ba. Suna kuka a ji kukansu cewa suna yunwa. Kuma mun zo na shiru muna kallo. To.
And time shall tell. Again, to some of you who have decided to possibly make mockery of this, especially some of you who believes that they deserve it. You have no idea what you are doing. or maybe you do. It is just that a lot of you are suffering from the trauma of what Nigeria has become to a lot of you, damaged people. Nigeria is still one country right now, so internally fractured, divided against itself, enough that it is to the advantage of the criminal politicians, especially the APC, egbekegbe. We know that the Arewa, supposed Arewa leaders, the northern criminal leaders who have been using these children, who denied them education. They denied them, and they dipped their parents into perpetual poverty so that they could keep them under the control for political gain. They are all alive. They are all watching. They have all paid lip services. Lip service to the danger of alimajiri. They have paid lip services that it is bad, it should be fixed, but none of them is interested in fixing it, because fixing it simply means they are likely not going to have the multitude, these massive uneducated citizens that they could manipulate for political gains every 4 years. But the chicken has come home to roost. Rather than keep control of this multitude, what they are battling with now is abject generational poverty plus groundswell availability for recruitment, for terrorism recruitment, so to say. Now, these children, during elections, they will push them, including those Uluri Buruku Afas or Sheikil that you have in northern Nigeria. They will intimidate and threaten electoral officers to register them as adults. Take a look at this one. The one on the look at that child, the first frame. Then look at the one next to it, Abdul James. All fake names. Darama Emmanuel, Darama Yusuf. When you look at their date of birth and look at their faces, you can automatically tell that these are the Alimajiri children. Children abandoned, uneducated, left to fend for themselves at a very tender age of, maybe some of them were thrown on the streets at the age of 2, 3 to go and beg. Now, you see this child that's seated there to take his biometric picture and all of that, during the INEC registration exercise. Behind him are adults, grown-up men and women who are there to intimidate and threaten the electoral officers. In the last charade called election, people raised the alarm of these names in their electoral register, and then Mahmoud Yakub promised to remove them, all those underage voters, but he never did. And when election came, they gave all of them voters card to go on and vote for APC, egbekegbe. And APC, egbekegbe today, is showing them the shege, and not just them, including all of us. So if you have any modicum of humanity in you, you are never going to really judge them by this. Those who enabled this are the cold-hearted criminals, the bedsheet wrapping, the bedsheet wrapped head rogues who are reading Arabic to them in northern Nigeria. They are responsible for this. Now, after elections, they throw them back onto the streets, hungry, starving, and totally abandoned. So they are currently possibly looking away because they will wait till 2026 when they will get them back again and give them voters card to come and do their political bidding again. But here is something they have all gained. This one is not for you now. Those of you who are calling it a karma, that they should be treated that way. If they are old enough to vote, they should be old enough to go to jail. You see, if you do not kind of see this as a self-inflicted ruin as well, because you know something, these children were able to stand up when there is a call to say, you know what, we are suffering, there is hardship, this government has failed. They did not hesitate to come out. They didn't say, if they did know what they are doing, or they didn't say, but we voted for them now. At least they told us to vote for APC, and we did. So we cannot come out and say we are hungry. No, they didn't. They came out because they are hungry indeed. But you see those criminal politicians in northern Nigeria, their own days, their days are numbered. I can promise you that. Currently, majority of them can't even go back to their own constituencies anymore. They would rather stay in the state capital or stay in Abuja. That is their own karma already. Few of them that managed to dare them. Some of them have been killed. Their family members have been kidnapped. Their properties have been destroyed by the children that they gave false age and all that to, so that they could use them to rig elections. Now, despite this, there was the time that Goodluck was building schools for these children. It was the same political class in northern Nigeria. It was the same clerics in northern Nigeria who decided to criminalize it. It was called Aram. It was an Aram for them to go to school. So that it could be like this. Now the chicken has come home to roost. Not only that these clerics and their whatever it is, they are not safe too. If you see some of them in northern Nigeria today, they walk about with different kind of security. Yeah. When you see them flowing in the agbada, pretending to be leaders and elders, you need to go and check very well. They have with them a lot of security guys, gun-wielding security men. They can't walk freely in the same northern Nigeria that they have been, they have been grooming these children. It's not safe for them, and it is not safe for Nigeria. So, if you sit there and you think judging them or being on the side of the oppressors that used and dumped them is to satisfy your own, whatever it is that you are probably feeling. Because I have read a lot of horrible comments. Those who felt like, remember there was a time in Nigeria, I think this was like about, 7-8 years ago, or maybe even 9 years ago. Yeah, before APC, egbekegbe. Then the early years of APC, egbekegbe, when Buhari came on, remember? Yeah, then it used to be a fashion. It was like an in thing. Then to say, for example, if news says 25 people killed in Kano, 40 people kidnapped, 80 people injured. The Southerners, most of these Southerners, they will be like, that's their business. Make them sure no bring them to the South. Some even agreed back then, like you are laughing now. Some of you are laughing and justifying it now. Back then, some will be like, well, that's your own problem, Jari. Boko Haram just killed the emir of Zungeru. They say, well, that's their problem. Are they not the ones who are like, promoting Islamic this, Islamic that? They shall not bring them to the South. Boko Haram just kidnapped 50 people. They say, well, that's their problem. Today, it is no longer the northern Nigeria problem, insecurity of this magnitude. It is now the Nigeria problem. Southerners are now paying ransom. Yorubas are paying ransoms to Fulani terrorists. Igbos are paying ransom to Fulani terrorists. Yeah, Ijos are paying ransom to Fulani terrorists. It has now become a national and nationwide thing. It got so bad that even the royal fathers are not spared. I'm talking about royal fathers that are like thousands of kilometers away from them. Some are not even so lucky. They got killed after being kidnapped, after ransom being paid. So this is the example of it. You see these children, and what Nigeria is doing, or what Nigeria has done to them and still doing to them, is there to consume every one of us eventually. I know some of you will say to yourself, still, that's their problem. It's their this. It's none of your business. Until when that thing happened to you, normally we say, may Nigeria not happen to you, may Nigeria not happen to you. Somebody said, if they say Nigeria will happen to you, it better make you cuckoo like go buy yourself. Because if Nigeria happen to you for real, Papa, then you may regret ever being born, ever. So the point I'm making here is this. To those of you who are making running commentaries, commentaries like, that is their problem. It is not your own problem. Okay? Oh, they should go and face their leaders who are like using them. Fine. I shouldn't make you the point of my conversation though, because somehow you are just ignorant. Okay? As long as this contraption is what it is, the likes of Tifnumbu and Co., they will continue to use a situation like this to further send a message that, yeah, it's happening to them now. It's going to happen to you too, maybe in a different way. Some even said, I read it somewhere, where some are now saying that even Buhari was a very compassionate person. Buhari was a murderer. He's a genocidist. Buhari laid foundation for this sort of human rights abuses, killings, where the state can always deny. They can always pretend that, or change the story in the midst of killing Nigerians. Somebody said that, who knows, maybe some of them have even died in their detention. We may never know. No, we may never know. But Buhari is not a good example to say, oh, Tifnumbu is this, and Buhari was better. Buhari was evil. I'm talking about the real evil. Buhari's time saw thousands of people disappeared in eastern Nigeria. Some of you will hear some of these things and you'll be shocked. Really? I didn't know that. Okay, what if you knew? What would you have done? Since it didn't happen to you, you are likely just going to brush it aside with a wave of hand, like, well, it's none of my business. People were disappearing in eastern part of Nigeria because Buhari wanted to teach them a lesson. He was speaking to them in the language that they understood.
Within whatever resources we have to make sure we meet all your demands so that no excuse can be given for any failure. So I expect you, what is happening in the southeast, attacking police station, killing the police, taking away arms and ammunition. Now, for those of us who are unfortunate to be in the field for the 30 months of the civil war, to see the carnage of how we kill ourselves, at least 1 million people, I think those that are misbehaving, they were either too young, they didn't know what happened. But for those of us who went through all these things, we can't understand. So we will treat them in the language they understand. So I feel for your understanding and so on. We are going to be very hard sooner than later. We have done our best, changed the service chiefs and the IG. We allow them time to go around to make necessary changes for them to be firmly in charge. We'll try and give them the resources they require, and we will demand security sooner than later. I thank you very much for your presentation. I assure you that this administration will do whatever we can do for you so that we don't give anybody excuse to blame us that we don't want to go or want to have a third term. Thank you very much. Within whatever resources we have to make sure we meet all your demands.
He wasn't going after the real criminals, the politically sponsored criminals. Let me give you a backstory to that nonsense he said there. The Fulani terrorists, they invaded the southern part of Nigeria, including the eastern part of Nigeria. Ebonyi, Anambra, Abia, Enugu, Imo. People were screaming, reporting that almost every time. Oh, the Fulani terrorists just entered our farm, or they attacked us, videos everywhere. The politicians of Eastern Nigeria, they looked away. In fact, to this, do you know the reason why I call it Devulumai or Devumai, while I call him Devulumai, is because of how he just changed between 2017 and 2019. It was massive. It was a PDP governor that regularly it will go to this part of Ebonyi State where these Fulani terrorists, they were wrecking havoc, okay? And they will make videos and say, well, you know, we had a deal with them. We had a meeting with their leaders that they will not do this again. I'm so sorry, everyone. That we will do everything to make sure that, you know, we protect you. He never did anything. Similarly, in Anambra, Obaino was their governor then, right? It got so bad that to placate them, Obaino actually offered them, one of them, the Fulanis, he offered them special advisor to the governor on security matter so that he could bring them closer. He also went to a church and told the people in the church that he has struck a deal with the Fulanis that if the Fulanis kill, I mean, if anybody kills a Fulani cow, that person will pay the Fulani man 150,000 naira. If a Fulani man kills anybody in the cost of the Fulani man will pay the family 500,000 naira. He said that boldly in a church. And people clap. Hallelujah. Because that was his own solution to peace. Then, hopeless Uzodingba happened to them in the eastern part of Nigeria. That was when the all hell let loose. Devulumayi jumped and crossed to APC. Hopeless Uzodingba became governor. Nnamdi Kanu then launched what he called the ESN, Eastern Security Network. And their assignment was to stay in the bush and chase these Fulani terrorists and their cows completely out of Igbo land. That didn't go down well. Number one, it was a shock. The day, and this was December 20, I think it was December 2019 or December 2020. December 2020, Nnamdi Kanu just released this massive video of thousands of volunteers in black dress, right? Like in black uniform. And he said they are the ESN. How did he manage to assemble this massive number of young people, volunteers? They wanted to be the local vigilantes, security, like the forest rangers. Their job is to be in the forest, like the forest rangers. That shook not only the Eastern politicians, it shook Nigeria. A lot of people were wondering, how did he do it? How did he come by all of this? There was no display of gun or anything. It was just volunteers, okay, who were going through different trainings and all that, you know, like physical trainings and all that. I still remember they called an emergency meeting in Abuja. And that emergency meeting involved all the Igbo governors and some of their other politicians. Are you guys lying to us that you are not the one sponsoring this Nnamdi Kanu? I said, no, we have no idea at all. We have no idea. It's okay, where did this take place? Go. Which of the states did this whole recruitment happen that he was able to gather all this number of young people? They couldn't answer, but they provided their own solution. They said, you know what we are going to do is that we will do what we can. Number one, right, to get this IPOB prescribed. Then number two, we are going to create a division enough to actually see that they do not have such influence that they think they are going to have. Then number three, we will create an alternative security. And they went to work straight away. They started with the third one, create an alternative security. You remember They've been calling the soldier, the military, they've been calling the police to come and defend their people in Enugu, in Owerri, I'm sorry, in Imo, in Ebonyi, in Anambra, in Abia, and Nigerian police never responded. So they decided to go and look. In fact, I think I have an image. The person who started it, and this was a Devulumayi. Immediately they returned back to eastern part of Nigeria. Devulumayi, Oples Zodigba, Obaino, and there many others. They said they were going to launch their own security force that will be the official, and anything associated with Nnamdi Kanu will be called non-state actors. So, on the day of launching their Ebubeagu was to replace, and this was after ESNO. The intention is not to start Ebubeagu to protect the Easterners. The intention is to get as many political options as possible together to now go after anybody identified as a member of either IPOB or a member of ESN. So that was their job, not to go after the Fulani terrorists. Remember that the ESN was supposed to be Eastern Security Network, that was supposed to be like the forest rangers. Their primary assignment is to actually be in the forest. They are never to be seen in the city. They are never to be found in your towns. Nowhere near. No. This was supposed to be like, you won't see them coming. Their job is to protect the farmers in eastern part of Nigeria. Then the political class hijacked it by setting up what they call a Bubeagu. Maybe if you have ESN, and then you also have Ebubeagu, they are supposed to be for the protection of the interest of the Igbos, Abi, protect them from this Fulani, invading Fulani, others. No. This Ebubeagu now became armed with different kind of weapons. And they are always in the city. Guess who they are looking for? They started going to the houses of any known member of IPOB. The moment you are known as a member of IPOB, you are automatically considered as a member of ESN. Then they started torturing people. People started disappearing. So when they capture when they arrest anyone, they will take them to their base, torture them, to give them information on any known ESN member or commander or anybody they know. And when they torture so many of them, they started giving information about people they kind of suspected to be ESN members. So it now became the war between Ebubeagu of the Eastern politicians, Eastern governors, and the ESN of Nnamdi Kanu. They went on to fractionalize IPOB enough. So what you now have there today, where people, brothers are going after brothers today. So the politically sponsored criminals in eastern part of Nigeria, right? Once they they were doing everything as well. We didn't know then that they were also working on how to get Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped, dead or alive, anywhere in any part of the world. They were spending so much looking for him because they surprised them. According to them, if Nnamdi Kanu wanted all of them dead, all he had to do is just to say, oh yeah, go ahead and kill them, and they will kill all of them. They were so scared. How did he have such influence that he could convince young people, and he could actually organize this kind of training secretly that they never got any intel? Nigeria don't get any intel. Many people didn't know anything how he kind of came about this number of young people for ESN. That was the day they put a target on his back. Now we can see what they have achieved in 4 years of this effort. A lot of people disappeared, including women and children from eastern part of Nigeria. It got so bad, right? That even as far as River State, where the wicked joined in the bandwagon, I'm telling you, that they kidnapped over 100 women. Ah, man, that just brought back some terrible memories, man. They kidnapped some women, over 100 of them. Guess where they locked them up? Nobody knew. For over a year, They took them from Igbo land and they locked them up in Suleja in Niger State. And no member of their family knew. They were killing people and dumping their bodies in rivers in Imo State. Once they suspected that you are a member of ESN, it was so panicky. But look at what they have done. So Buhari ensured of that. Buhari was so evil that they slaughtered people all over Nigeria because of NSAS protest. And guess what? They said because Nnamdi Kanu said, fight them, kill them if they come for you, if they this and that. You know how that guy talks now, Nnamdi Kanu? They just leveraged on that and decided to go after innocent people. They killed over 500 people for NSAS alone. The last one, the last stroke that breaks the camel's back was that of Lekki toll gate. That's not the only place. So the people that denied Lekki toll gate killing, today, they are defending Tifnumbu. Tifnumbu that is also behind the killings. They are defending, they said, what did the northern Nigeria do when Buhari killed people at Lekki? They said Buhari killed Yorubas at Lekki toll gates. Tifnumbu only just kidnapped or locked up these children for 3 months. What did you do when Buhari killed our people? I said, our people. What is our? So you now admitted that you are now admitting that APC actually killed people. When you are asking us then that where is the body? Where are the bodies? Where are their family? Nobody died. It is all propaganda. So now it is now between them where they are now saying that what did they did not do? So when people say that Buhari was even better, it is always good to remind you all, he is evil. The Fulani terrorists entered Benue. Buhari sworn to deal with autumn in Benue. They turned Benue, the supposed food basket of Nigeria, they turned it into burial ground center or burial ground headquarters of Nigeria in a space of 2 years. Buhari defended the terrorists and he attacked the Benue people for calling on the end to the Fulani's advancements. And the end that the Benue people said they were not going to give their land. When the Buhari's government said or asked that your land or your life, and the Benue people said you would rather die than give our land, and you would have to kill every one of us. Buhari said the Benue people, they are the ones responsible for their own for their problems. They could have given the land, then there will be peace. But Autumn does not want peace. That's why Autumn is always saying that the Fulani, this, Fulani, that. And they said they were going to, they put a fatwa on Autumn, the madman that later joined the G-string governors. They put a fatwa on his head. They said they will kill him, the Fulanis. Yet Yala said they will kill him after his tenure. Today, is dancing to the tune of APC now. Is part and parcel of them. For those who died in Benue, give the credit to Buhari and so many people who actually lost their lives. Who shouldn't have lost their lives? So whatever Tifnumbu is doing now, or whatever Tifnumbu will still do, this is just the beginning. Buhari laid the foundation for it. 6 days, so he don't even get any regret. 6 days before his end, he told everybody this.
Nigerians insist that they have to impress their neighbors and other people that they eat foreign rice. I said, no rice. You either you eat what you grow what you eat, or you die. I think I tried to make my point. And later, Nigeria appreciated it because it provides more jobs. People go back to the land. We have the land, and we produce what we eat. I have only 6 more days to go. And I try to plan to be as far away from Abuja as possible. And thank goodness I came from an area which is farthest away from Abuja. I said, if anybody false move, I establish good relationship with my neighbors. Nigerian people will defend me. Thank you very much. Nigeria is...
That's a madman. 6 days before his disastrous, murderous regime ended, he told everybody then that you either go and grow what you eat, or you eat what you grow, or you die. This is the man that destroyed Nigeria, unleashed the Fulani terrorists on the people. And the farmers were being slaughtered like they are like infected animals that needed to be nurtured. That's the legacy of Buhari. Don't ever, ever try to whitewash that criminal. He is walking about as a free man today because Nigeria is a crime scene. Nigeria, the contraption, is a crime scene where the more crime you commit, including genocide, the likelihood of you getting more reward. Yeah, you get rewarded. That's what it is. So whatever Treasonable is doing and whatever Treasonable will still do, now that guy laid the foundation. No matter how much of the evil of Buhari, that of Treasonable will kind of like humble you. So if they say in Nigeria not happen to you, you better say amen to that and make sure that if you can avoid it, don't let it happen to you. You see these children that you are seeing now, that you are pointing fingers and be like they deserve it or they do and all that. Your own situation may actually be a very, very terrible one when it's going to happen. You know why? As long as they have that power, as long as they have that, that getaway power, the police will justify it. The judiciary will legitimize it. And who are you going to turn to? You're going to turn to God or Allah. See, my point is this. Nigeria is captured. And according to these guys, Nigerians are captured people. You may say you are not captured. Fine. It's because you are ignorant. Whether you are living in Nigeria, if you are living in Nigeria, it's even worse. If you are living outside Nigeria, you may be telling yourself that it's not. Yeah, it's not affecting you directly. But you tell me, which of this is not affecting you? Either financially or psychologically. Every time you think about your people that lives in that place, and then you read in the news that something happened in so place, what is actually your first reaction when you remember your own loved ones still there? What's your first reaction? I need to call and confirm. Abi? I need to check. Oh, I spoke to my brother yesterday. Oh, I spoke to my mom yesterday, man. I'm so, nobody is spared. In that kind of situation that you have in that contraption, no one is safe. I want to put it very mildly like this. That even if you kill them, even if you line up all those 76 children, and Treasonable collects gun like this and shoot all of them, now not going to do anything because they know they have all the reports. Psychologically, Nigerians are conquered people.
What is new to say? Nigerians don't react to anything. Has any politician told you that he's not a thief? Tell me one politician that has told you that he's not a thief. Tell me one. I don't know why you're gathering forgery, no forgery. What politician told you that he didn't forge? Which politician told you he went to university? Which politician told you he served in NYSC? Which politician told you he has a certificate? Nigerians know and still vote for them. So what's your problem? No, tell me what's your problem? So I said, why should I speak when already there's nothing new? Okay, you observed Buhari's period. I will leave Port Harcourt 1 a.m. I arrive Abuja, leave Abuja 3 a.m. Somebody said they made Buhari. Did I say anything? I didn't say anything. It's not important. Nigerians choose who to believe and who not to believe. Nigerians choose who to vote and who not to vote. Even if you come to a Nigerian man's house and kill the mother, the father will continue his life. Nothing bothers you. Nothing. So why do I waste my time? Yes, that's the original. So give it to me. You see it? So that you won't say tomorrow he brought photocopies. But when we get there, that is when we're talking about Buhari's government. So, there's nothing that our chairman said that is new. Absolutely not new. I've said this several times. I've taken so many risks. I've said too many things. The fight from Goodluck's government to Buhari's government, you all knew about it. My aircraft was seized. I was shot at. If I was killed, what will happen? Nothing. So you would die a useless life. So what did I choose? I chose to stay in my house quietly. Fortunately for me, I got admission to study in Nigerian law school. And rule number one is, like they told me if I came here, you are our property. You have no right to go anywhere unless we permit you. That's the rule in the Nigerian law school. So anybody who says, why have I not seen you? I'm a student of Nigerian law school. Until I graduate, I can't disobey them. So I chose not to speak again because there is nothing to say, and because Nigerians will do absolutely nothing. If you say it's a line up 10 Nigerians and shoot them tomorrow, and nothing will happen. If you say it's a in fact, the worst thing about Nigerians is that even when you claim you're not committing any crime, and they pick you up tomorrow, we said it is a thief, Nigerians will join. They will chorus it, and you go to prison for nothing. The greatest fear I have is being found in prison for nothing. And you can be found in prison for doing. So, I don't want to repeat what I used to say before because you hold it against me. Those who are close to me know. We repeated yesterday. I will just only use one word. I won't use the rest. I say it's a hopeless situation. Is it a lie? So let's go a bit further. Let's go a bit further. You will be shocked that I won't talk about Buhari's government for two reasons. And I won't talk about President Tinubu's government. One reason why I won't talk about Buhari's government is I'm a participant. But they asked me that question yesterday. What moral reason do you have to criticize Buhari's government, having been part of it? That was the argument. I do, if I want to argue it. But, again, that was a huge debate amongst us. And we are all agreed I should say nothing about the government. So I now told them if I will say nothing about Buhari's government, I will also say nothing about President Tinubu's.
Because what's the point? There's no point in trying to, according to him, there's no point. Nigerians won't do anything. If you die for nothing. Mm-hmm. And he was right. You know, let them put 10 Nigerians in the, line them up like this. And give the order to the police to shoot and kill all of them. People will just be like, hey, God, America, hey, UK, Britain, are you looking at us? International community, see what these people are doing. God, we judge all of you. Yeah, Jesus, Ikunle Abiyamo, the kneeling down of a mother. What kind of a country is this? This country is very, very, our leaders are very useless. God will punish them. You will see karma. You will see, everybody will say everything, but they will do nothing. They know. They do know. Somehow, it's just like, then it turns to, what about you? Why don't you do something? Then another will be like, what about you? What about you? Meanwhile, there are those who don't ask and say, what about? They just go out there and try to, and they expect others to join them. Then you will see Nigerians. Who send you? Who send you? Now who send your papa? Your own too much self. Your own too much. Instead of all of us to just pray for our leaders, instead of us to just I don't want to be I like my peace. It is one way of hacking you. They've hacked the attitude of a typical Nigerians, selfish, self-centered, and it's all about me, 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 me. You see all these people protesting. They have caused hold up now, and they can't let us get to where we are going. They have caused traffic. What is all this nonsense? Why can't you just go and protest in Ganifawe Imi Park and leave the main road? Let everybody who now you want protest, go and protest. Leave us alone because I need to get to my place of work. I need to get to office. I need to get to shop. I need to get to my next party. I am traveling to this. I am And before you know it, they will come for you. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And it is also very much exhausting too. As for those children, Even people have said that too. They have said that when this keg of gunpowder is going to explode, it will be totally out of control. Yeah, it's going to be out of control. And that is the worst. Yeah, a revolution that is planned, managed, can be a very great success. But the ones Nigerians want, they said the spontaneous one. The ones that will just wake up. I will just hear say they don't they kill everybody for this. They don't chase politicians, so they are already looting this particular area. Everywhere chaos, run. They said that's the one we need in that contraption. And that is why the supposed police IG. Do you know that he is also a pastor in RCCG? This Egbetokun. Yeah, that is the Nigeria police IG. That's the mofo. Yeah? The one that said that those children were just acting drama. Is a member of RCCG, a pastor there. Remi Tifnumbu is a pastor there. Pastor Ruga is a pastor there. Many of them are RCCG pastors, cold-hearted criminals, animals. You need to listen to them sometimes and you'll be like, are these ones human beings at all? What would Jesus do? What would he do? Let's leave them to it. Do you know that one of these oil marketers in Nigeria have come to confirm what I told you severally on Mayegun's Diary Political about Dangote refinery, the cost, and why they are never going to patronize him, even if Tifnumbu decide to offer them incentive to do that. They won't. They said that the Dangote refinery's PMS is more expensive than the imported one. And I promise you that this, even though Tifnumbu is said to have intervened 4 times now and gave a directive that everybody go and buy from Dangote. Everybody go and buy from Dangote. Nobody's going to buy from Dangote per se. Because according to them, the Dangote refinery was supposed to be like a cheaper, since the crude oil is supposed to be coming from Niger Delta. But Dangote refinery's PMS is more expensive according to this guy. And if Dangote is not ready to reduce his price, they are not going to run at loss by patronizing him. They just confirm what I've been saying. This one is just for those of you who probably think I am a bad belly. I'm giving you some available information away from all the dramas, the lies, the media pronouncement. If I tell you something and Wale Edun tells you something, who are you going to believe? Director Scott, Yuma. Okay, you are my own person. Maybe I should talk to somebody else. Just Treason. No, maybe I should talk. These are my people. Let me go look for somebody else. All of you look like you are all my people. But I'm asking you, if Wale Edun, Tifnumbu, Kadobi, 3 of them, if they tell you something, and I tell you on that same subject, and I tell you something else, who are you going to really believe? Them or me? Because you know I won't lie to you. No, you know I won't lie to you. Intentionally, I will not lie to you intentionally. Yeah, I may be wrong, which, I mean, I'm human, I may be wrong based on information available to me, okay? And I can come back here and tell you that, oh, I was wrong, I was wrong about that thing I told you. This is actually the truth now. But they will lie to you again and again and again. Then you'll be expecting something. They will say something to you right now, but they will be doing something else. And you'll be waiting for what they said. And you'll be like, but you told us. Maybe you told us. Of course, you believe me. Because I won't lie to you. Deliberately, intentionally. No. I said it on this platform. I said, people have been through a lot. Nigerians have been through a lot, man. I mean, let's just be fair. People are going through a lot that sometimes I actually wish that some of these things these guys are saying is true. Because if they are by any chance true, you will benefit. It will ease your burden, even if it's just a little bit. I know what that means. I do know what that actually means, right? If they can ease your burden a little bit, people are going through a lot in that place, Baba. No joke. So when you tell them, for example, you say, oh, we are going to give 625 billion naira to 25 million people. Papa, if you give it to 10 million people, people will feel it. Oh, we are going to give Dangote. We're going to give Dangote 300,000 barrel of crude oil. If you give Dangote 300,000 barrel of crude oil for real, people will feel it. So you get, oh, we are going to, let me see, we are going to give you 10,000 megawatt electricity every year. If you give them, if you improve just by 2,000 megawatt electricity every year for 10 years, I mean, for 10 years now, you would have given them, for 9 years now, you would have given them how much? 18,000 megawatt electricity. Papa, people will feel it. There's no amount of what Mayegun says that you call negative, right? We'll change that. Nothing. We are going to end terrorism. Papa, if you actually try to reduce terrorism by just 30%, and people are able to go back to their farms and cultivate the land and grow food, people will feel it. There's nothing where my ego they talk. We will not like that will change any of that. It won't change. You don't need to sugarcoat anything. If you are doing it, people will feel it. I even came here the other day and I said, listen, if they decided to just say, okay, Dangote will give you 100,000 megawatt and a barrel of crude oil, 100,000 every day. Baba, 100,000 every day for 30 days, that's 3 million barrels of crude oil. Do you know how much? Do you know how much? I mean, how many liters of petroleum products you are going to get from that? If you just cut that by half and decide to sell a liter of petroleum through Dangote, say, see, Dangote, you can keep half. The remaining half, we want to make sure that you sell it for this price to the marketers, 300 naira per liter. And this, you marketers, you can't sell this product more than 450 naira, including your logistics and everything. Work it out. 450. That should be enough. That's how we want it to be. 450 naira per liter. And from 1,200 naira per liter, you just drop it to 450 naira per liter. Papa, transportation costs will crash overnight. There is no amount of what Mayegun says against this government that can change that. You now go filan. But they are shouting CNG. They say CNG na 200 naira per meter. It don't turn to 466 naira now. Somebody said that a while back. They said, this one they are shouting CNG, CNG, CNG. And they are telling you to go and convert your car, because it's cheaper. Very soon, you will now go to buy the same CNG for maybe 1,000 naira per meter. It's almost not happening now. It is now 466 naira from 200 naira. I don't know if they ever sold it for 200 naira. I'm just hearing. I mean, that's what they said. They say it was 200 naira per meter. So now it is 466 naira per meter. You see that one step don't increase price. So that you are changing your car to CNG, it's not going to spare you at the end of the day. Yeah, they will tell you that it's still cheaper to have CNG at 466 per meter than to have a petrol at 1,200. But very soon it's going to be like 1,000 naira too, 1,002. What is going to now be your situation then? What are you going to change to? Convert water to diesel. But if they just say, Dangote refinery will give you 100,000, 3 million liters, 3 million barrels of crude oil every month. Okay, out of that 3 million, 1.5 million for you. Pay us. The remaining 1.5 million, we want you to produce them and totally subsidized. We want to sell a liter of petroleum for 400 naira per liter in Nigeria. Everything will crash. Go to your border. Stop this dollar for imports in Nigeria, import whatever. Stop asking people to pay dollar for import duty. And whatever people are bringing in until you are able to actually really cultivate the land and grow your food. All this will have immediate impact, immediate effect on the rest of people. No, they are chronic capitalists. They don't care about you. It's all talk. No action. So it's not about what Mayegun thinks or what Mayegun says. It is what these guys are doing, not what they are saying. Listen to this guy.
Yeah, like last week, Dangote's price is more higher than other places because if you can go by
the price?
It's international
what
price.
What was the price last week, please?
Crude has already coming down.
Yes, sir. Please, in Naira, what was the price from Dangote
gives
refinery
about,
last
if I could
week?
remember, as last week he gave 995 Naira per liter. And you have to bring your cargo and load. How much will you pay the cargo? How much will you pay other charges to your depot? And how much the product will go to the depot? And you expect independent mine to go and sell it. Can we go and say, look, we have to pity Nigerians. Ipman are trying their best to see that they have salvaged this country, especially at this point in time. People are suffering. So let us go and source products that are cheaper, that will go and sell it to the people appreciate. Because most people don't understand the whole dynamics that is going on at the moment. So when we go and buy the higher price, we'll come and sell it as higher at what people are not expecting. They will start calling Ipman. We are tired of this Ipman. If people understand the dynamics, they will have praised Ipman. Because independent petroleum marketers were truly patriotic to Nigerians.
Okay, all right. We hear you, Mr. Suleiman.
If we say, okay, we'll think about the profit we are taking, we'll say, okay, we'll definitely, when we look at that angle, we can't even do the business.
Okay.
How much is our profit? We engage about almost 46 to 50 million in one truck buying product. I will come and get a profit of about 350,000 Naira. How much is your overcost? Your expenses at the filling stations?
Okay, all right.
We have to be mindful of the salary. We have to pay salaries and other expenses. People will not believe. We expend about 50 million Naira almost and get about at the end of the day, we get a profit of 350,000, highest 400,000. So if we say, okay, I'm looking to higher margin, we can't even do the business. And some of us are getting this money from banks. Everybody is aware of the interest rate that is prevailing now. So these are the issue.
Okay,
what we are calling for Dangote is that he is new into the business. Let him call the stakeholders meeting. Ipman, Moman, and Dapman, let him engage us so that we can sit down and serve Nigerians.
All right. Okay.
So he can't do business in isolation. He needs people. We, especially Ipman. Ipman were the highest off-takers in this industry.
Mr. Suleiman.
We don't need him because there are other markets to go and buy products.
He's saying the truth. You can call them any name or call him any name you want to call him. But the thing is that he's saying the truth. Dangote too is a businessman who wants to make profits. So if NNPC and their subsidiaries or their friends, they are bringing fuel to Nigeria, and they said, oh, plus the landing cost, plus everything, we're going to sell it for 900 Naira. And Dangote is selling his own for 995 Naira. Where would you go to and you still have to go there with your own truck and all of that to go and load it. And then you have to take it to all over Nigeria because they have to transport their fuel and all that all over Nigeria in trucks. Some of the trucks are also falling on the bad roads where people are scooping the fuel on the road. It's a mess, right? A very big mess. But guess who is going to have to pay? You. You'll be the one to pay for their inefficiency, corruption, and every other thing there that continue to put the entire economy in a state of pisma, state of confusion. So yeah, there's no end in sight. And the current price of petroleum right now, PMS is put at 1,000. At the NNPC is 1,050 naira, 1,070 naira. Outside the NNPC, you have it for 1,300, 1,400, 1,800 naira. In some places, they are selling for over 2,000 naira per liter. No joke. The worst hits are those who are from the Niger Delta, the real guys who have the crude oil. You know, it's a mental case. However, Kemi Badenoch, Kemi Adegoke, I think that's her name. Her birth name is Oluwakemi Adegoke. So she got married to a Tory. She got married into a Tory family in the UK. So she came to the UK. And that is why she would never use her maiden name, as some would love to. She would rather just use her own husband's name, which is now the family name, Badenoch. So Kemi Badenoch is one Tory politician that some people call Uncle Tom. Sorry, no, they have a name for people like her. Right now, in the UK, our potential next prime minister is going to be a Lagos-born Nigerian British politician. She became the leader of the Conservatives in the UK this morning. And everybody is like, yeah, of UK version. Ignorantly, we live here. Here you get, I live here. And I can tell you for free, it is nothing to celebrate per se. Maybe achievement-wise, she's done well for herself. But that because she's from Nigeria, that is anything by chance plausible for you as Nigerian. You must be so daft to believe that. Sorry, no apology. Hang on. Which one is sorry, no apology? I'm not supposed to say sorry if I do not have any apology for what I just said, right? But this morning, came into the rest of the Tories.
Thank you, everyone. And I want to start by thanking Richard Fuller for his work as our party chairman since July. And also Bob Blackman as returning officer for this contest. You and your teams have done us all a great service. Thank you. But I also want to pay tribute to everyone in the Conservative Party who has been involved in this very long campaign. It has been an experience none of us candidates will ever forget. Thank you for hosting us in your communities, in your village halls, in your pubs, and in your homes. It is the most enormous honor to be elected to this role, to lead the party that I love, the party that has given me so much. I hope that I will be able to repay that debt. There are so many people to thank. Firstly, my family, especially my husband, Hamish. Hamish, I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you for being with me every step of the way. I also want to thank Rishi. No one could have worked harder in such difficult times. Rishi, thank you for everything you did. We all wish you and your wonderful family the very best for the future. I'd also like to pay a special tribute to Robert Jenrick, who has fought a great campaign. Rob, we have all been impressed by your energy and your determination. You and I know that we don't actually disagree on very much. and I have no doubt that you have a key role to play in our party for many years to come. Thank you. I'd also like to thank all the other candidates, Pretty, Mel, Tom, and James, for your kind words and your many insights. We have come through this campaign more united, and the party needs you now more than ever. The task that stands before us is tough, but simple. Our first responsibility as His Majesty's loyal opposition is to hold this Labour government to account. Our second is no less important. It is to prepare over the course of the next few years for government, to ensure that by the time of the next election, we have not just a clear set of Conservative pledges that appeal to the British people, but a clear plan for how to implement them. A clear plan to change this country by changing the way that government works. The Prime Minister is discovering all too late the perils of not having such a plan. That huge job begins today. It will seek to involve all of our colleagues in Parliament, in the Scottish Parliament, the Senate, our friends in Northern Ireland, as well as councillors and party members. But this is not just about the Conservative Party. It is about the people we want to bring back to the Conservative Party. It is about the people we need to bring into the Conservative Party. It is about what the Conservative Party needs to be over the next 5, 10, and 20 years. Our party is critical to the success of our country. But to be heard, we have to be honest. Honest about the fact that we made mistakes. Honest about the fact that we let standards slip. The time has come to tell the truth. The time has come to tell the truth, to stand up for our principles, to plan for our future, to reset our politics and our thinking, and to give our party and our country the new start that they deserve. It is time to get down to business. It is time to renew. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That's Olukemi Adegoke. Olukemi Olufunto Adegoke Badenoch. Anyway, you know, in this country, right, you have to judge politicians by their actions, not by their words. Okay, so the Tories were in government of this country for 14 years, and what they left for everyone after that 14 years is a fractured NHS, something that was supposed to be a national pride. Today, the NHS is made up of, more than 60 to 70, immigrants from more than 60 to 70 countries all over the world who are working in that same NHS. So fractured, so kind of like, I'm on WhatsApp right now. Even though some will be like, well, you should just kind of appreciate what you have. Nah. People who actually knows the beginning of NHS, when the Labour Party started it years back, and the purpose, why it is meant to be a national pride in this country, right? And to what it is said today, no thanks to the party of Kemi, as it is, right? So they will tell you that if there is any chance, Tories should never be given any chance of coming back to power in a very long time here in the UK. But they did well to some extent. Some will say, they did well to some extent in managing the economy, the during and post COVID and other stuff. So we judge them by their actions, what they did. than what they are saying. For personal achievements, for somebody like her, she came very hard on these supposed immigrants who have contributed so immensely to the growth of this country, like so much. She's one of those that will easily blame the immigrants, right? For taking the local jobs, doing the jobs that the British people won't do, but still, they still get the blames for whatever goes wrong. She is one of those. She had videos. Go and Google her. I wish I could bring much of her videos here for you to see, but I don't want to kind of bother myself that much. That should be the job of anybody that lives in the UK. Okay, so you know them very well. Enough as it is, right? So Kemi, coming from Nigeria, if you are from Nigeria and you live in you see, to those who are in Nigeria, okay, they probably see it as a very good thing, even though from the tribe that she comes from the ethnic nationality that she comes from, we now have some, what do you call it, the Ronukus who are telling others to go back to where they come from. So Kemi is one of those telling some of us to go back to where we come from too, even though she came from somewhere as well, so to say. But yeah, as a politician, it is quite a good achievement, personal achievement for her. But don't ever jump at it and say because you are from Nigeria and she is from Nigeria. She knows Sabi you, she knows send you. You get? She's like the Theresa May of this world. They will kind of get, she even though our party did so much in bringing this mass, immigration of people to the NHS this last few years. All those visa they gave to people with couples, family visa, and all that stuff, right? But she is totally against that. And she said that if she has a way, she will have everybody return back to where they come from. And she will do it if she becomes your prime minister. Just so you know, Sha. So if you are somewhere right now in England, me at this Scotland, I am kind of like finally safe from the Tories, even if they have to gain power. And it's not because I'm trying to be selfish, okay? It's because we have been so protected a bit from them in Scotland than people in England have ever been lucky. True story. Here you get. So, but it's national government. Eventually, they control the immigration, they control this and that. And I'm talking about a legal immigration now. I'm not talking about people coming in on dinghies and all that. So no, I'm talking about the legal immigration and all of that. They want to cut down immigration enough to satisfy the supposed Tory voters in this country, even though the immigrants are those who are contributing so greatly to this UK, our UK. So congratulations to Kemi, and hopefully she will never be a prime minister. Maybe when she does, people like us can easily just be like, hey, I don't want to live in the UK anymore. I can go back to my own Oduduwa Republic then. You just don't know. So you better know we have our plan B now, so to say. And to some of you who are watching from Nigeria, and your dream, some of you, your dream is actually like to Japa. You want to Japa to the UK, you will never be able to do that Japa. Forget it. When Kemi becomes the prime minister here. Just same way that some of you will say you hate Donald Trump, because to you, Donald Trump is also against immigrants and immigration, illegal immigration, so to say. So, and then he must not be the president, because if he becomes president, your Japa plan may be sort of like altered. Anyway, it still boils down to what I believe that those who live in this country who have experienced the Tories to some extent will probably not really want them back. Even the Labour themselves are not really sort of, even though, it's kind of too early, so to say, for anybody to judge the Labour yet, even though they are doing a lot of reversal as we speak. It's still not so effective. Well, plus or minus, right? I feel like everybody is helped up already. So just let's just say congratulations and leave Kemi and our politics. For those of us who live in the UK, there's something to look forward to, wherever that is. eventually. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, there is, I don't understand this, so there's something between Isaac and Ayo. Isaac is the brother to Ayo. Ayo is Ayo Paulishe, who has become, what word can I use? So he has become an extra baggage, or so to say, in Lekki. He's meant to be a PDP guy, but he's in support, as a former governor, he is in bed with APC, and therefore, excuse me, he's doing so much to make sure that anything PDP is totally destroyed, even though he's still PDP in Ekiti. But his brother is now saying Ayon Cole has been a very terrible egbon and a terrible son to their mother. They are planning to help the poor people in Ekiti. And Ayo, his brother, Faulishe, is planning to organize the thugs to beat up the people that have been hired to help the poor people of Ekiti State tomorrow. In his words,
it has come to my notice, the jingle playing on Ekiti radio stations. The jingle is from the state government. They are just going etasketa because I said they should fix the road, come clean about the airport, and not sponsor House of Assembly to Canada. They are planning so many things tomorrow. Tomorrow we are distributing 250 bags of rice and so many goodies for Ekiti people to support them in this hard time. And it has come to my notice that they are planning tomorrow to disrupt hot people and do so many things to them tomorrow. We have notified the Commissioner of Police, which he has promised to give us police. I don't know why my brother is doing this in conjunction with the state government. I'm not against it. All I'm saying is, let Ekiti money be for Ekiti, not to be buying house in Abuja, Ibadan, Lagos. No, let Ekiti money be for Ekiti. People are suffering in Ekiti. People are hungry in Ekiti. With that jumbo allocation, spend it on Ekiti people. We are not scared of it. We are coming now to distribute the rice tomorrow. And if anything happens, old Governor Yebanji and my brother Yodele Peter Fayoshe responsible. Okay? It has come to...
Okay. Thank you for notifying us, okay? Or putting us on notice, as you've always been doing. Anyway, that is going to be the end of our brunch time today. So I am going to take calls. It is because we couldn't really take much longer calls last night, because of our time. And a lot of people wanted to call in to react to this show of shame, national and international embarrassment, where children have been tried for treason in Nigeria. Now, this may be your shot, okay? I know we are not many, and that could be your opportunity too. You know, when we are not really many, you can call in and easily it's going to go through, okay? So I'll take a break. But make sure that if you have to leave, right, like the broadcast, okay? Like it, share it, subscribe to my channel. Just the same 3 steps. Like it, share it, subscribe, right? And to those who want to probably say 1 or 2 things, the line is opened. I'll come back and take the calls, okay? Don't go anywhere. So I have my first caller now. So hello there.
Hello. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. God bless you.
Amen.
You know,
and you too.
You are really one of the last voices in this tightened era. That's why
I am glad that you can count on me as one of the last voices left. We are not many.
Because so many people are scared to even post now. You see that scenario with those children. Maegun, I used to see videos like that, but it's not many times that you see those kind of videos blow out. I saw the video before I got popular. I got very sad and I just scrolled on. Knowing Nigerians, I saw them in comment sections still arguing Davido, Whiskey, Bobrisky. I said, God. Then the video just blew. Unfortunately for Nigerians, it shocked them. And I was like, why are they shocked? I've been seeing videos like this 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I lost faith in Nigeria when food donated during COVID. These politicians hid it. It's not like they used their own money to buy it. No. Food donated. If they can do that, starve you during COVID, why are you shocked that they can do this to these children? And this thing is a threat. They are not going to have any mercy on these children to show us that we should not protest. When these people are overdosing on power. Let's not even call it drunk on power anymore. This is an overdose. You are shouting at the people, you are standing in front of them, you are caging them. In the next 2 to 3 years, if Trump wins, if this woman in UK wins, everywhere is locked up. Now you are trapped in this same place with these people that you are oppressing. I don't think if there's going to be a revolution, I don't think these people will have enough time to escape Nigeria. And they don't know that. All of them can escape.
It seems that they are so confident. I mean, you have to give that to them, okay? When you look at the way they talk, I'm talking about those in different position of power in Nigeria, right? If you listen to the way they talk, you can sense you can smell the feelings of what can you do? What are you going to do? What can you not do to us? You can't do anything. All you can do is just talk on social media. After that, if you protest, we'll kill you. What can you do? You can feel it in what they say. It's like there's no consequences at all expected.
It is because that is the Nigerian nature. That is what usually happens in Nigeria. Once all of us leave Nigeria, we also have that feeling. But little by little, when we are pushed into the corner, they say Nigeria will break through the wall. But no, that is not what we do. We face the challenge when we see there's no other choice. When you go abroad, you are put in a position where there's no other choice but to fight for yourself. These people will not be able to jackpot anymore. These people will not have freedom. They will not, and there are people abroad
who have jackpot. There's a chance that the way the whole world is going, they will end up in that Nigeria unexpectedly.
Exactly.
For those who want jackpot, we say it has become more expensive. It has become more unrealistic, right? And they are like dropping the idea of jackpot now because they can't afford it, right? And some of these countries are also probably blocking their doors. Even those who don't jackpot, they will probably find themselves in Nigeria unexpectedly too.
So somebody that is coming back from their eyes being opened, or you want to see, they know that about human rights. It's not that time when it was only Fela that knew. If they come back in millions, these people have nothing to lose. And you are surrounded, these people don't even care. They have surrounded themselves with everybody that hates them just to please their master, just because of money that they will not even be able to finish. It's just madness. For the first time on Twitter, I saw all these Arewa groups that they really, really hate Igbo people. For years, I've been watching, they hate. I saw they are posting, Nnamdi Kanu was right. This country is a zoo. I could not believe it.
The people that they abuse Peter Obi on Twitter, they have reduced so drastically as well.
You know, I thought it was Photoshop, but it was real. I say, these people, they are just, that's first realization. When you think the country is a zoo, but you have to realize that in a zoo, they keep them well fed, they take care of them, they shower them because they are making money from them. So they want them to be healthy and at their best. That country is not a zoo. That country is a slaughterhouse. That country is a farm where, do you know how they keep animals in farm? Just so they can slaughter you and use you. So they can use your skin, so they can use your organs, so they can use everything about you. When they loan money, they are loaning it in your name. And you are the one that have to pay every single thing back. That is if they decide not to steal and actually utilize it. I'm sure I say, you know, daily I wake up and I say, how can I not be Yoruba? Because when I see some of the stupid comments, you see a Yoruba man saying, why did they raise Russian flag? Is it not raising their committee?
Flaggy. Like, are you being serious? You're going to thank them for treason, for raising flag.
You know, and that is where their power is. When it's to oppress people, that your politicians that are committing treason every day, use that same dirty mouth to talk to them.
Do they even understand what it means to economically sabotage your country? Like, you are economically sabotaging your country, looting the country, money meant for the general welfare of the people. You are stealing it. That's the crime that you should be shot like China. But no, raise flag. That one is more treasonable.
I am so ashamed to be, even when I go to all these African markets, you know, I don't want them to know that I'm Yoruba. I'm thinking, can they sense me? Can they know? How are they thinking about me? You know, are they really smiling with me, or do they hate me? Or, you know, and it is always, and most especially those Yoruba people in England. What, I've never been to England before, but I feel like those English people don't treat them like human beings. And that is why they are heartless. Because they are treated that way, they believe everyone should be treated that way also. We in Europe, you might take racism, you might...
I don't even know where that comes from. I think it's just a trait of people who always have that mentality of, I better pass my neighbor. I went through hardship. I went through hell. Everybody must go through that same hell, even when they are already okay now. It's complicated. I'll take another one, Baba. We shall see you.
Okay,
it's building up.
1 minute. Okay. How can we send you this kind of videos? How can we send you information?
Baba, if we find WhatsApp now. It's just that most of the time, right? Most of the time, some of these videos, I always have them. People send me some of these, okay? But before they even send me them, you know, I've had people who are sending me some clips when I go check my messages. But some of them are the videos I've actually had or used 2-3 days back. So they just came across it. I'll be like, am I even need to see this video? I'm like, I've already had it. But yeah, you can only send me stuff through the same medium. WhatsApp. I'll see it. Thank you so much. So, hang on. What happened? I'm so sorry. I think our line just went off because I did not charge. Can you believe that? That's so crazy. So I have not really charged this line for, I think, for days. So that is why it is off. So give me a sec and I'll get it back on. Okay? Really sorry about that. See, can you believe that? That's just coming back on. That's a shame. Imagine having a phone call and then your phone just died on you and like, hey, chat phone, you know. See, I didn't even notice. I've probably left it uncharged for days. So it's going to come up in another 1 minute. All right. I've got that covered. Okay. So now let's take a break for a minute. And when I come back, we'll continue with our phone calls.
Ìgbà kan máa dé àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá ìgbà kan máa dé àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá tólóró máa sáré ọlọ́pàá máa sáré ayé máa sáré ẹyẹ tí ò dúró rere máa sáré àlóra máa sáré hs tí kò mọ kankan máa sáré everybody máa sáré gbogbo wa pátá máa sáré yé ìgbà yẹn ti dé àsìkò yẹn náà làwà ìgbà yẹn ti dé àsìkò yẹn náà làwà everybody máa sáré ọlọ́pàá máa sáré àwọn tó ń ṣòro gan máa sáré olúmọlẹ̀ máa sáré àpènà máa sáré olúwo ìlú gan máa sáré everybody pátápátá máa sáré gbogbo wa máa sáré àwọn ọmọ fantasy base máa sáré àwọn ọmọ tomorrow base máa sáré akíndóyin base máa sáré ayépéjọsọ base máa sáré everybody pátá máa sáré. ìgbà kan máa dé àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá ìgbà kan máa dé àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá tólóró máa sáré ọlọ́pàá máa sáré ayé máa sáré ẹyẹ tí ò dúró rere máa sáré àlóra máa sáré hs tí kò mọ kankan máa sáré everybody máa sáré.
Apata máa sáré. Again, sorry about that. The line itself is going to be back in a minute. Okay, so give me a sec. Let me put that back up. I mean, the main connection to the WhatsApp. So if you want to be part of this chat, all you have to do is call in that WhatsApp link, so to say, and then you and I can indeed have a chat like this. Can you believe that? Hello there.
Hello, Baba Mayegu Epele.
Mo wo bí máa dá yín lóhùn yẹn ni o pé ṣé Èkìtì gbé o.
Ó gbére.
Kábíyèsí o.
Ó gbére ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ti gba ṣọ́ọ̀bù lọ́wọ́ wa o.
Àbí sùúrù. Bàbá.
No. Wọ́n ní bílù bá ti rú kọgbákọgbá àsìkò àti ìyá ìlú yẹn ti dé ni o. Nínú Bíbélì pàápàá wọ́n sọ pé Nehemiah, some are building, some are fighting, and some are praying. Kò sọ pé wọ́n kàn pray lásán. Some are building.
Some are building, some are praying.
Yeah, some are building, some are fighting intellectually, and some are also they're praying. Kò sọ pé kákọ̀ máa gbàdúrà nìkan. My just little advice to every Nigerians, especially the ones at home or abroad. There is one film I watched, and this has been since 2008 thereabout.
Right.
It is called Facing the Giant. Facing My Giant. It's an American soccer game, but this coach always doing his best, but he's always been sabotaged. He got lost hope, everything, not knowing that even the people around him are sabotaging him. They were using everyone against him. He lost his car. His car cannot even start. They have to push the car. So many things inside that place, all against this guy. But he kept until one day he stood up against all his tormentors. He stood up against them. Not just only by praying, he confronted them. And that is how many things changes.
Facing your fear.
Yeah. That is the fear. It is called facing the giant. Those things look like giant to him. But until when it comes to the realization that, why would I be running away
what else do I
from confronting? Even on the field of play, he got to the point of now confronting the players. You have to do more than expected, because the players are always afraid. He told them, he said, if we lose, we praise God. If we win, we praise. Don't just mess about here. It's either you put everything on the field, don't come out and complain. Until when our people got to that point, Nobody is going to pick up your mistake for you. No one is going to fight for you, because why this thing have dragged this long is because when we have almost 15 million diasporas, let's just cut 5 million away. 10 million diasporas are sending money home, is feeding almost, let's say, five per family, which some are more. That means 50 million Nigerians are living off the diasporas. So why are they going to stand up to go fight for themselves? Because everything is coming. And if some are not getting anything, they will go and use the elderly people to speak to their people outside. And no, because they feel nobody wants their parents to die just anyhow. But it has come to a stage that it's not even easy to buy a ticket to go home.
No anymore.
Not easy. I told my brother one day, I said, he said, let me send this money, or for me to come. He said, it's better I send money, no, instead of coming. It has gotten to that point that even the people at home,
consideration how much it costs you to come and see them. They will just
even
tell
the
you that,
people at home,
it's not worth it. Just send the money.
That's it.
It has gotten
even the people at home. Yeah, even the people at home are not praying for us to come.
No.
That is, these are some of the things that they are enjoying while we are suffering here. I got my pay yesterday, and after every bill went out, I got 60 pounds left.
You are not alone.
Out of that 60 pounds, I still expect to send money. So if without side hustle of this construction stuff I'm doing, how am I going to live? Then the people at home will tell you, what are you saying that somebody have not done before? Yes. This is they just wanted us to stay in this cold, and our flesh is dying. The cold is entering our bones, and we are not lasting long. This is why many people are falling into mental illness. Go to mental hospital and see how black people have overworked themselves and now in a mental state.
Yes, Baba, you are speaking in the spirit right now. You are speaking the mind of a lot of people who are in the diaspora. And one primary reason why a lot of Nigerians in the diaspora are always interested in what is going on in that place. Because you know what? A lot of us can't go back there. Right?
We can't go.
And here that we are, okay, a lot of people have to kind of like bottle in a lot of frustration. Going to Nigeria used to be a breakaway for many people. In a year.
That's right.
They just go there and just spend like 2 months, a month. But now they just can't. More billing.
How can you?
More billing.
How can you? Even when you take holiday here and say you're going to Nigeria, you end up doing more work. The place you say you are going holiday, you end up doing more work than coming back. When you come back like this, it's like you are fighting everybody when you come back here. Because you have been overstressed, you have to be running away and hiding from people. Explanation. I don't know how they actually overstretch our brain that our people cannot even think ordinary to understand. They don't think about that all the beats you are playing, everything they think is the exchange of one naira to pounds. That is just what is in their brain. They don't know. I said, my council tax is 250 pounds. Electric gas is almost 200 pounds. TV license 44 pounds. Water 54 pounds. You still this, so I don't even have anything left to do shopping.
400 pounds to share among family members.
And then rent.
And then
rent is 1,100 pounds.
Oh dear.
1,100. So if you look at these things and you are trying to tell somebody that they are looking at exchange, it's £1 to 2,000 naira. Is somebody sick? If somebody is not sick, how can the person be thinking of exchange rate when they're supposed to be looking at what you are going through, working and not getting anything at the end of the day. Yet out of nothing, you are still squeezing something out of nothing just to make sure that they live. Yet they are the one who will tell you that you want to destroy Nigeria. Yeah. The Nigeria is already destroyed. The mentality of our people is like the mentality of Eve. God created man in his own image. Then the devil now came and said, God does not want you to be like him. You have already been created as God. Now, how can the enemy now turn the matter now, return it back to you and say, it is because God does not want you to be like him, so you need to disobey God. Then declare independence for yourself, and that is the end you see. If you look at Genesis chapter 5, it says, and now Adam began to give back in his own image, not in the image of God, because he has disobeyed. So these things, until people get to the point of saying, enough. I know my people are sending something, but in pain. Ìrora tó ń jẹ àwọn èèyàn wa yìí níbi tó ń wà níbi diaspora, ìrora tó ń go through láti send little yìí, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ìrora ìkó jẹ àwọn òpònú yìí níyà. No, they would now be in the middle of the night.
Now your own is better. You should leave us alone. Don't destroy Nigeria for us. And you see, Esther, I said something about the fact that it is only somebody who is of a low intellect will think that because they live abroad, okay, what is going on in Nigeria doesn't affect them. It is going to be somebody with a full-time ignorance, right? That will be in Nigeria. And think that the economic problem of Nigeria doesn't affect us here. It's only people of low intellect. You are not far away from the pang of T-pain. None of us is spared. We are all victims if all of us want to think properly. Because like you said, sir, nobody would love to see a member of his family on the streets, possibly starving and begging. And because of this, we've taken it as part of our responsibility. And this may be our own undoing too. Because, yeah, you said it. It has kept a lot of people who are supposed to face these people. It has kept them away from asking questions.
It just kept them away because they know that. Let me just give you this instance. There is one guy that is very popular those days in our local area in Ajegule. This guy, his sister is married to a medical doctor. They used to send him something. He will be drinking, carrying people from one beer parlor to another. Drink. And this is a very intelligent player. He said, sister, you know, one bring me come abroad. When they walk and manage to bring him, he's not even up to 1 month. He said, want to go back. They say, go where? Now, so it be, you go stay here. I think you want to come. Now you don't come. Do you to dig up? If they that side, if they do younger, you just don't know as they come before. Now you don't enter up. First of all, you first enter street. Who you go marry to get paper? Now there start. So people don't know. It took me 20 years to be able to get 2.5 years stay. 20 years working only voluntary, and then somebody will now be telling me all manners of nonsense. When they get there, they will start the fight by themselves, and the people in Diaspora must be canvassing to them. This time, anybody, they have to stand up for themselves. Look at them carrying little children. And they say these children, they are adults, they are married. I don't know how some people sleep at night. May God bless you, my brother.
You too, sir. Thank you so much. You have a very good one. You see, one of I said, I think I told my family members way back then, I said, you see, I do not believe in money rituals, right? But I think some of you in Nigeria, we are your money rituals. You see, if you have any good family member abroad that are still good to you, we are just like their money rituals. We are the people who feels like their burden is our burden. And therefore, there's no amount of money we can provide. And I also told a friend recently I said, do you know that it is actually more beneficial for you to be in Nigeria and then be receiving money from somebody from abroad than for you to actually come this same abroad and expect the people you live in the same abroad with to give you money? Nobody really gives anybody money here. You see, I can send up to, you know, £1,000 to Nigeria. This is going to be like a money for God knows. I give a lot of people money. Here you get. And including my children, though. The priority. They are my priority, though, right? Then I am like, give this one 100,000, give that one 150, give that one 200, give that one this, give that. So when you begin to break it down, it's going to be like me giving people like £100, £80, £70, £50, even £30, like that. About if you call me here, and you need so much money enough that it may be so difficult for me to give you £100. And yes, I can give you. I may not be able to give you again next month. But in Nigeria, it has become part of my bills. I have to kind of do it. Here you get. So if you come here, we just believe that, oh, my body, they also know you have to do your own hustling, and Baba, I can't work and give you the money. It's not possible. You have to work and earn your money. And this is why a lot of people are living, a lot of people are just existing in this abroad of a thing. They are not really living. People are doing 2-3 jobs. And this is not because they are paying mortgages for themselves. This is not because they are saving money to go on holidays. It's because they want to care for this family, that family back in Nigeria. The more things get bad and worse in Nigeria, the more people abroad are financially stretched. And the more they say, oh, exchange rate is this, exchange rate is that now, the more money we are spending. When Nigeria exchange rate was at 250 naira to £1, if I send £200, that's a lot of money. Today, I have to spend the minimum share will be like about £400-500 for the same thing that I used to kind of give £50, £100, £200 for 6-7 years ago. So if you look at it very well, living abroad, as the economy get ruins in Nigeria, we are actually spending more now. I'm talking about those of you who are like so responsible. You know, that African, you know, the black tax that we pay. If you check very well yourself, you will realize that you are paying more now than what you used to pay. Yeah, the same family you are managing, the same people you are supporting who are still in Nigeria. If you check how much you used to kind of spend in supporting them 6-7 years ago, when the exchange rate was lower, compare it to what you are now spending now, you kind of do the math. I don't know, emoji. Hello.
Mayogu, thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Thank you so much. You too. I'm fine. Mayogu, the last man that called now.
Yes.
God bless him. You know, God bless this man, because this topic is a topic nobody wants to talk about. You know, when you look at people living, I live in Europe. I'm now living in America. And when I came to Europe, 2010, 5,000 euros, 1 million naira is 5,000 euros.
Back then.
You can do a lot that time. You can buy a bus like this this Volkswagen bus. You can buy it for T3. You can buy it for 400 euros that time, 350 euros that time. You pack this inside, you send to Nigeria. And but when I see people now, in some of us in abroad, they don't care. And when you calculate, like when you sit down yourself and calculate how we are living here in abroad, Mayogu, nobody. Sometimes I tell myself, this place is not for me. We don't belong here. We don't belong here. Because in Africa, you can wake up at any time, you take your time, do some things by yourself before you begin to go to your shop or begin to look for something to eat. But this place, once you open your eye, you begin to think how to sustain that day and how to sustain the next move. Every time, every minute matters. It's not how human beings live. But when people in Nigeria now, this hardship that is there now, like you said, we spend more money because somebody told me yesterday that pure water is 100 naira, Mayegu. I was like, what is going on? Okay, now when you want to send money to Africa now, you don't send 20,000 naira anymore or 10,000 naira to somebody. You'll be expecting like 150. And when you look at that 100,000 or 50,000, it's about $40-something, $59 or something like that. In euro, about 47 euros. But when you have 1,000 euro, we are spending euro. We are not spending exchange of naira or dollars. It's going down. You see how this guy narrated his bills. Maybe I took my money on Thursday. After all the money went away, I was like, did I walk? Like, what happened?
Where's my money? What is left?
Yes, I got angry.
You're already managing what you have left.
I got angry. I'm telling you the true life confession. I got angry on Thursday. I was like, where is the money? So I'm going to wait another 2 weeks now to get money. I was like, where is this money? And somebody there will be calculating, calling you on phone. Guy, dollar is now 1,700. Euro is now 1,800. You know, and that person feels comfortable. And like you said, if you don't solve problem, somebody came to you and tell you, I have this problem, you will get hypertension. You'll be thinking about the problem than the person. Maybe 2 months ago, I went to barber shop to go and barb my hair. I used to barb $30. I went there, somebody called me. Say to me, as he's talking to me now, he's just watching football game, just to waste time to go to bed. That's his money. He has not eaten. I told the barber, please, I have appointment now. I like there. I move away from there. I send that $30 to that guy. I didn't barb my hair that minute, that week. Because if I didn't barb with that, I will not have time to barb it again.
The money, and the money will be like 70,000 or 60,000 naira. I'll be like, you only send me 60,000 naira from the whole of America.
Yeah, Mayegu, I sent one of my auntie money. I just woke up. I just remembered her. I called her. I sent 80-something thousand till today. Mayegu, that person she has never written. Thank you.
I called her. You don't see the money. Did you get the
Mayegu,
money?
I called. She said, this is still your account number. She said, yes. I said, okay, I put something there. Mayegu, that person is supposed to use that moment and say, thank you, without knowing what I put there. Till today, Mayegu, going to a month and 2 weeks now. Till today.
A lot of people, you see, this thing this line of conversation where all of them don't open now. It be like kind of canker or might be Pandora box. So a lot of our viewers right now, they have their stories. And this is the kind of
that's why
in Nigeria right now.
That's why when I see people in diaspora supporting this, what is happening there, this is affecting everybody. One container, 4 million naira before, is now 12 million. Scrap. What are you going to sell there? And as the container is coming, a lot of people there, they put their own life in it. And you are here. How can you make money at the end of the day? After calling, selling, you think you are selling container. People will see that this guy is bringing container. At the end of the day, your gain will be only £200 or $200. $200. And you loaded 40 feet. Sometimes why is 1 million, 2 million naira? When you convert it, it's nothing. But the stress, the headache, and everything. You know, so this topic is something, and this issue now, my brothers, let me tell you guys, this issue of secret of abroad lies in abroad. It's a lie. That this is olden days. That one don't pass. So People are dying gradually, both home and abroad, especially people living abroad.
Because they are trying to, and all because they are trying to carry the responsibility of a two world. They destroyed Nigeria and the uncomfortable abroad.
Yeah, because people wake up here with alarm. One time, my auntie called me. This guy, why are you coming to Nigeria? Why not use this money to do this? Why not use this? I called my auntie. I said this. I tell my auntie, this is the only place I come. I go to toilet normal. This is the only place I come. I eat good food. This is the only place I come. I talk to people. You want to talk to people here? You call them on phone, make appointment just to hang out. If you want to eat, you cannot go to toilet normal. You just drop like pussycat. When you go to Africa, you drink water, you make a good caca, because there you have rest of mind, not with anxiety, with alarm waking you up from January to December. I told my aunt, if it's not because of you, I will give you sanction. And sanction, I will never call you again in my life. Understand me? So this is a good topic. People should talk.
Many of us in the diaspora are interested in what is happening in that place.
Yes, that is the only problem. That is it. So people in Africa, they are calculating. When I told my friend, you're talking about exchange. Do you know that before I put on a shirt, I will buy it $100? Before I put on a good shirt, I will buy it $50. Can you buy a shirt of 70,000 naira or 100 and something thousand to put on? You think I'm not calculating this money? When I want to buy a shoe, I will go to that shop 100 times to see if they are doing they are reducing the price to buy it. But you can take 20,000 or 15,000, walk in a shop and take your property and go. But before I buy a canvas, I will go to that shop looking for sales. It doesn't matter, and I save it. Thank you so much. All these politicians, they will never have rest till all of them will perish in hell. Thank you so much.
You stay safe, man. Okay, nice one. You see, I love it when people have a chance of letting it out. Okay, people are working so hard living abroad, but they are not enjoying the money themselves. The more they destroy Nigeria, the more you see it as your responsibility to rescue your family members. And in the process, a lot of us have forgotten ourselves. I'm talking about people who chooses to, oh man, and then they are also denying us the opportunity to actually come back to our various homes where it is so natural. The mental sort of the mental touch or the mental health of people who are unable to relate with their family members, interact with them because of how much they have made the whole place more dangerous. The people you want to meet, the people you want to interact with, they've impoverished them so much that you end up having to avoid them, even if you go to that Nigeria. If you see them, it's all about begging. I'm talking about it has become so chronic that a lot of people will just decide to be like, you know what, I don't think I want to go. Or what is the point? Going to Nigeria and then avoiding your friends, avoiding families, because your politicians have destroyed the place economically, and everybody just sees you as a poverty alleviation, program for them. There's no joy in all of this. Maybe now you understand why a lot of us are so upset with what they are doing in that contraption. Those criminals. Hello.
Hello there, Maigo.
The General. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. You?
I'm very well, surviving. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, this topic that is brought up today.
Honestly, now,
let me tell you something.
Now, like Pandora box, don't me bring up. People just kind of in their own way decided to start this, but it's quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually calling from work as well. I'm calling from work as I'm talking to you on a Saturday. Can you believe?
See, weekend though.
I do Monday to Friday regularly, but I needed some overtime because I had to clear some bills on the ground. Christmas is coming. You might be the
That's normal.
Now let me tell you something. What people have been saying today is more than 1,000% fact. How many Nigeria, look at the way Nigeria is now. They've destroyed Nigeria so much that even the West are enjoying it now. They're bringing out people from Nigeria to come and be doing Anudimbi by young able-bodied families, moving them out, destroying cultures and traditions of what we know and what we believe in. Because there are people who cannot clean hands in this country, pardon my French. Do you understand?
I do.
They can't do it. They're moving our doctors, our nurses, destabilizing and destroying affairs, and it is working in good tandem with the politicians in Nigeria.
Total brain drain, no?
Brain drain. Like you said, a couple of years ago, now a whole ram was about 80,000, big 90,000 ram. Now, it's still the same pounds we're sending. A ram today for Christmas, 250, 300K. It's about 120, 130 pounds. When I was sending 30 or 40 pounds before. And people think that, they just do the mathematics. 2,000 pounds. They said they send 10 pounds. That 10 pounds, can you send 10 pounds? Okay. What can 10 pounds do for me and my family? Come on. You go stay. When you're ready to fight the rot. When hunger finish you there, you fight the rot yourself.
You will,
a lot of people, and do you know how many men have died of hypertension in this country? That they have stroke in this country. Honestly. They've lost their mental health. You know why? Because normally a man, typical black African man, is meant to stand and provide for his family. Nobody asks the man, say, look, how many people ask you that?
They just ask you, say,
on a normal day, some men just go and come back, and nobody will ask you, Maigo, how are you doing? How is work today?
How are you?
How are you feeling?
I'm not just asking this, how are you? I'm okay. No. How are you?
But you know that in Europe and in Nigeria generally, they greet, Maigo Baoni, that's the normal greeting. But here they don't greet you. Even you get to your wife will not want to care about it. Monkey the whole babu the show. You just go walk come back. And it affects their mental. So you see them breaking down. Look, if you go online and check today, go and look at how many young people have died since they came to Nigeria with this visa thing. Because was working so hard.
I've seen quite a few, and I'm like, more.
Look at that lady lawyer a couple of months ago. She'd walk. All of a sudden, wow, she fell and she died because their body is not used to it. When I tell people that if you're coming to the UK in your 40s or mid 40s, I said it's not the best idea. Trust me, because your body is not used to it.
No.
Our people that came earlier in their mid 20s, but once you're hitting your 40, 45, waka. Some people sold their properties, their land, and everything to come to the UK for what?
Only to find out later
this country is so controlled. This country is so controlled that everything is time. If you're late for 1 minute to your bus stop, your bus is gone. Unlike Nigeria, you can say, come here, let me carry your car, let me go. We have a routine. Of how we do our things back home. Like Mazinam Kanu said that we are tribal people. We go to the city to work, we come back home during the festive period to celebrate with our families. How many of us can do that now?
If I'd love to go to Nigeria, so I was talking to Egbeke. I think it was about a few weeks back. Okay, this is my own personal experience now, right? So and then I was like, I've not seen my family, right, for 6 years. I'm trying to be strong, okay, to say because I am young, still young and all that. I said, but mentally, that's not good for me.
No.
Do you get that now? It's not really good for me to be away from them this much, but I just have to learn to cope with it by using this, video call. But it's not really good for me mentally. And before I break down, I will have to break it. But there are many people who have been away from their families for 20 years.
Can I tell you something? The day you go home to meet your family and your son or daughter just gives you a hug, that is the best therapy you're ever going to get, trust me. Or even a hug alone from your family member that loves you truly is massive therapeutic system for your body.
But when they continue to destroy the place, make it more like unwelcoming. How do you think?
If I go home now, if I go home now, 6 o'clock will be 6, I cannot start at 6. The hotels I stay in, they're pretty expensive, but I'd rather stay somewhere I'm secure than go and stay in a ramshackle hotel at 50K hotel and somebody will bond you in the middle of the night because you come from the UK.
See?
Look at the amount of women in Nigeria now. Thought it's all the Olo show. They go to school, they come out, there's no work. I'm going look at now.
If you ramp yourself into any of them by mistake, they have their own agenda too. And that could be your own.
See, what are you talking about? Finish here. Look at it now. People are saying they're already planning to go to Nigeria for 30 December all the girls are waiting. I'm like, for real? People come to me, for what? Where's the father of your child? He's not giving us money. So what do you want me to, am I going to replace the father of your child? I beg, my mama sit there, my papa sit there, I want to take care of them. And it's crazy because when I go, look, okay, on a Saturday, let's imagine we're all in Nigeria. Let's say Nigeria was what it was today, what it's meant to be. You know that on a Saturday, I could just say, well, we drive to the Bolu, straight by night. The wives will be cooking for their husbands and everything. We say that everybody eat, jollificate, and the next day, I think about Father. Imagine let's take other France back in the day, my dad tell me that.
And all this is have their own mental. They have actually their own mental impact on so many people.
My father, okay, how many of us actually socialize in this country? Realistically, how we should be socializing?
Where is
how many people can actually go out and see who can socialize? How many? We go out, come inside the house like rats going out and coming into your holy gate. And in Nigeria, they let us go to my friend or Nigeria lady. Oh my love, because one people are ready. Because why? She's got 3 or 4 boyfriends, destroying families like that, and they don't know the impact of what they're doing. It's a sad situation in my room. Honestly, I'm keeping tabs on. I'm looking at it. How come? Muslim men impact you need you go. You see guys walking out. They'll start to whine you. Look, there was a video online that they're American. The man brought his wife from Nigeria. All of a sudden, she started having boyfriend outside. Or having woman because America Damn
it.
When they look back in Nigeria with children and everything, and the person saying because most of you're calling in the UK, if a woman calls from Nigeria, I can go and rent a car now, book a nice hotel for £150. Koto mom ati won so give him ati perfume give this koto mom I don't come out, I don't do much and I don't what family engineer. You come to America, you start misbehaving over forgetting family values. It's a mess up situation. Honestly, what is
before you go, I said one of the greatest undoing that the mismanaged Nigeria has done to all of us is the family separation. It has broken more families than united them.
Generations
we have become so separated. Families have been torn apart. I'm not even just talking about husband and wife that got
generations are suffering
I'm talking
now.
about families. So many children have been born in my family that will never know me, and I will never know them.
Okay, Michael, let me say something to you now. Let me say something. Look at this. Let's look at this scenario. A family house in Olobolu.
Yeah.
30 years ago, father, mother, children were in the house.
Yes.
Children go to Lagos, work, come back and meet their family in the Olobolu. All of a sudden, economy bad. Before children traveled out. One be must see in Loimbo. Do you think those Iloimbo are going to come back to Olobolu to collect that land when the parents die?
No.
Because nobody's going to live there. They've destroyed their family. But if they were all in Nigeria there, and you your family live, that generation thing it continues. But this one is in the next 50 years. You cannot even punch your father's house again if you're not careful.
Damn it, man.
In the next 50 years, you might not be able to punch your father's house if you're not careful. But that messed up place. Who's going to go there?
Thank you so much. I know it's actually a tough one this afternoon, by the way, and the morning for those in America. But it has to be said. It just has to be said. Thank you so much, Baba. You have a good one, okay?
Man, on this platform, I wish everybody, all men and all women that are working hard, please take care of yourselves. Please do a lot of health checks. Your mental health,
exactly.
Anything that will pass negativity into your system, please drop it, my brother and sister. Just drop it. Anything that gives you joy, download it into your system. And please, let me tell you something. Religion has screwed a lot of things up as well. Be careful. I go. Thank you. Good evening, my brother.
Bless you, Baba. The general, you have a good one, okay? See, that's the bottom line. If anybody needs any advice right now, especially our men, we are the type that we were built to believe that we have to carry this whole world on our shoulder. It can be a very tough one, including myself. I work hard. I work a lot. Because doing this itself is a great work, I have to be honest, all right? But we should do as much as possible to actually take care of ourselves. I have learned that, not in a hard way, but I have learned that, that it is something very good. Check yourself very regularly. Do things that you enjoy. I enjoy doing this program. It kind of makes me feel connected with a lot of people. I laugh, I joke, I get all this done, and I go back home to a very loving partner, very, very loving, family too. But I always feel like there's still something missing. In a way, there is. However, I do my best in other way to kind of, sort of fill in the gap so that I am not totally isolated from myself. In order, and while I'm trying to kind of make other people very okay or happy and all that, please do whatever you can. Even if you just have to, because I work for myself now. I can't really say, it was like the time I used to wake up very early, jump on my bike, whether rain or snowing, I have to wheel it to Sky to go and walk. Now I work for myself. I wake up when I want to wake up, okay? Which is not bad. Then I enjoy waking up every morning to help Agbeke get the kids ready for school. I enjoy that. It kind of build a bond, so to say. Then I spend time going to the gym when I'm not too tired, or I just go on and sleep. Or I can just go and see a friend, spend some hours with a friend, just gist, random gist, talk, and all of that. Then, go back home and get ready for my studio and all that. Do something for yourself. Spend on yourself. Take yourself out, right? Shop for yourself. From that, your money, before you send any money to anywhere, take $200 from your money. Take 200 pounds from your money. Just enter shop. Yeah, spend it. Spend the whole thing on yourself. Buy yourself new shoes, new dress. Do something for yourself. Something you would not ordinarily do, okay? Because you have so much responsibility you need to cover. The responsibility will never leave. They will always be there. And as it's for the maybe all these shortcomings of maybe short of cash and all that, they will never end. Do something for yourself. Make yourself feel good. And then you, our women, please, there are so many things we are bottling. There are men, because of our ego, because of our ego stuff, we will never share. If you still have any man in your life, if all the men in your life, please, mokuna koolu temper with us. I mean, come on, talk to us, talk to them. Ask them if they want to have fun this weekend. Tell them to take a break from work. Yeah, call them at work and say you're not coming this weekend. Let's just spend time together. Do something that will make a man feel like the burden can be shared. Yeah, I know. And if you're already doing that, God bless you as a woman and as a mother. Ask them if they want to have fun this weekend. Call them to take a break from work. Yeah, call them at work and say you're not coming this weekend. Do something that will make a man feel like it. I don't think this my caller is with me. You may need to try and call back. Indeed, see, when you are on the phone, I want you to check your phone and see that you have been connected and stay away from the broadcast. Stop listening to the broadcast the moment you feel like you are connected. It's important. Okay. So we have, book yourself away. Go somewhere. If you have to go alone, just tell your wife or your partner, you know what? I'm just going to go to, for example, now, let's say I'm just going to go to London. What are you going to do in London? I don't know. Just going to London I'll book a hotel. Book an hotel. Book, what do you call it? Buy a cinema ticket. Just go and do something away from the worrying about people from Nigeria, people in Nigeria, people here. As a man, there's so much we are bottling in. And all of these, they are to kill us. And a lot of us are actually really, really dying. There are people who just, what happened to him? He seems to be a very lively person, Boston. What happened? They say, we don't know. We don't know. He just complained of headache and that's it. There's so much. The more the Nigeria gets ruined and spoiled, a lot of us are carrying so much weight of responsibility. We can actually do better. Yeah, hello. Okay, I think I lost that. Now let me get this back. I don't think you are with me.
My good general.
Oh,
I'm with you, boss.
how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I am very well. Oh, you may need to mute the broadcast, you know.
Okay.
And now, or you go to another room because I can hear the kids. I don't want you to tell them to go to the room for you.
That play.
I know. How are you, Baba?
Baba Mayegun. Well, thank God. I'm calling for AJ.
Say that again.
I'm calling for AJ.
From AJ City. Bless you.
AJ City.
How are you doing today, Baba?
Oh, thank God. How your side?
Well, with the manager, Mo. How your weekend?
Bless God.
Bless you too.
Baba, according to what other people they talk about everything, the situation. See, Nigeria don't come up for hand. For me, the only advice we will give Nigeria now is on 2027 election, because our politicians now, all this way they talk, they no bother, they doesn't care. We are just doing our own. They are only planning for 2027, how they will survive 2027. That is the whole plan. So if the masses will come out on that election day, occupy Aso Rock, occupy major cities, occupy parliament, make sure say nobody do anything that day.
You don't see what the Mozambicans are doing right now, because the people in government, they rig election, and they know say they don't rig out. While at the Mozambique right now, so people should be able to kind of ready for elections.
They have to prepare. Likewise, when they are saying they will do protests, the announcement, the announce social time will do protests. I know all those protests will not go well, because our government, they will do everything possible to stop it. So, what am I doing? Another thing is that say Nigeria, we don't get hospital. We don't get hospital for Nigeria. My wife was very sick, I think last 2 weeks. I rush and go General Hospital. Already. Can you believe, say, first where I carry gas in Majesty. These people no evil attempt to I have to go buy tickets. After I buy my ticket, then they give me just write papers for me. I need to submit. Then after I submit, they will transfer me to where I will pay all the whole money. Then after I pay all the whole money,
tickets or where?
Tickets in Nigerian hospital, government hospital.
What kind of ticket?
They say the ticket you use it and you pay anything when they tell you, say may you go pay. Now that ticket you go use go. Any apartment where they send you, say may go meet in there. You go, you show them the ticket.
Which is like your right. Hi.
Then they go write waiting, they will give you and the amount. After they write them, they transfer you to another place, you go the process, you go another place, you go the process. Then after all the whole process, it took like 3.5 hours before I finish all the whole process. Then I go pay before they say me my wife go take the bed. And we go as Majesty. This one say just say me we go check ourselves.
Yeah, we know they pay.
Now,
they pay to see everybody, but we feel stay there for like 5 hours, 7 hours before we can be seen by a doctor. Here is something else in the UK now as well. One of the legacy of the Tories, the conservative in the UK, is so horrible that person go to a press may not fall sick in this country too. Though we know they pay. Only imagine if they have to ask us to pay too.
Our own here must pay everything before they attend to you. 1 naira no go remain. But if it is private hospital,
they can't say you need to buy medicine. You go still go pay to buy.
You need to buy everything before they will attend to the person.
How is she now?
So she's doing well now. She's doing great. Because later I remove her for there. They will go private hospital. Thank God she's doing well.
At least.
So the only thing Naija with. Okay. Thank God now she don't even listen to you now before. If you hear they listen to Mayegu say, you go say you know go find what you go do. Every time Mayegu.
You don't start thinking to listen to this man again. I mean, you know, go get busy. Anyway,
now we go say Mayegu is saying the truth. So I'm not understand what he's saying. I say, are you the one saying this?
See?
It's not easy. Just keep on preaching your good news. Keep on
just
preaching.
Take care of her, okay? And take care of yourself too. We are just talking about men who always carry all this load, all this everything for heart, for mind. And nobody is actually asking us, are you okay yourself? How are you doing? How is everything? How are you feeling? People hardly ask us until we break down. And everybody go, they run scatter. Hey, she goes, hey, please, oh, you know what I mean? So you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
It's important. You hear?
Yeah.
Nice one, man. You have a good one, okay?
If Nigeria can do that just for 2027, well, everybody rise up.
Maybe. Anyway.
Everybody rise up and stand. This time, you know, live and for God, live and for God. God already give us everything and for we to fight for ourselves.
It's left
All these our religious people. Our religious people, they say live unto God. God will do it today and God will fight for you. It's getting everything is getting more harder for Nigeria now. So that's that my level they tell me say since 1 year now say the government level palm salary. And this thing they go work too.
Person when they no pay, see they go work. Waiting they go there, go do.
Attire.
Anyway, Chigo say, take care of the madam, okay? Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a good one. Okay? Wow. Somebody where they not pay for a whole year, still they go work. It is a Nigerian thing, isn't it? Hello there.
Hello, Maegu.
Oh, hello, my lady. How are you?
I'm very good.
Class. Thank you so much for calling.
Am I talking to you, really?
Yes, you are. It's great.
Oh, my God.
We always have this afternoon session.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Oh, I've been trying for... Oh, I'm a first caller.
I can tell.
My name is Janice Kwayama from Canada.
Fantastic, ma'am. Did you say Janice or Janice?
Janice, just call me Janice.
Janice. I remember that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for keeping, forever stop trying, by the way. And yeah, everyone can hear you. Please.
Oh, thank you so much, Maegu.
Thank you, ma'am.
I don't know how to thank you. I don't know what to say, but I am so glad that I'm able to get to you today.
I am happy that you are speaking to me right now.
God will bless you for all that you are doing.
Amen. And you too.
For being there for us, for being there for the masses, for being the spokesperson of the poor.
Oh, thank you.
What you are doing is, I can just place it that you are the John the Baptist of our time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are just reminding us that there is a better day ahead.
We are all hopeful in that regard.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I have a lot of things to complain about, but
Well, we can
I
start
don't know
from
where to
anyone that
start
comes to
from
mind first until we run out of
because
time. So let's start.
Nigeria is so pathetic. I cry every day for Nigeria. I cry every day when I see what is going on. I cry every day for those who are helpless. Though we are out of that contraption, but one way or the other, we are still there. As I'm here, my children are back in Nigeria. So I have relations back in Nigeria. So whoever that is out of Nigeria can never say, oh, it is all is well. All is not well.
It's only people who just don't want, who are living in denial. Those are the ones that will say,
Yeah.
well, it's none of my business. Well, it is your business if you have been truthful to yourselves.
Yeah. Maegu, let me say something first.
Go on.
Since yesterday, that I got to know about these children, I have never slept.
See?
If I want to sleep, it's just like a nightmare. It will just come back to me and I'll wake up again. I don't know that Nigerian leaders could be as heartless as this. Children, those who are fathers, those who have wives, those who have yeah, I don't know what to say.
Fathers. Some of them are grandfathers. Those children can be their grandchildren too.
Yes, they have wives who have children. Their wives go through labor. Their wives know how it feels when there is no food in the house for the children to eat. Their wives know what it feels for a child to cry of one pain or the other. Yet, especially that man, I don't know what to call him, that devil that says, oh, they are all adults. So it is good for the adults to die, even if they are adults. It is good for the adults to go through pain. But it is not good for him to go through pain.
No.
Oh well.
Children who could barely read or write, malnourished physically, as we can see. They accuse them of treason, of overthrowing government. And I mean, ma'am, grown-up adults are saying that on camera, that those children wanted to overthrow government. And they are not ashamed of that.
Look at this wizard, Wike.
Yeah.
They are talking of treason.
Yeah.
Wike opened his mouth in the air and said that he is going to put disaster in any state that challenged him. And he is doing that. Nobody charged him of treasonable or treason. Nobody charged him of anything. They keep on saying that. Look at Bayo Nanoga, all that he said. Nobody charged them. But look at children. Mayogi, let me tell you something.
Please.
Do you know that I'm a teacher, right? I'm a teacher in Nigeria when I was in Nigeria.
So that means you actually have a relationship with children even more.
Yeah.
Than anyone that's just a mother or a wife.
Yeah. Do you know how playful children can be? Now, they said that they were holding flags. Do you know? They don't even know the meaning of, but they are just deriving pleasure of running about. They don't even know that they could die in that process. No. But their joy is that they are playing. Oh, we are running around, flying flags. You know, they saw it as joke. They saw it as play. They saw it as a way of expressing their joy. They didn't know the meaning.
There's nobody within the rank of the police, with the lawyers and the rest to say, man, this is watery. We can't go and try this.
Yeah.
Nobody.
They now gathered them for treason. But let me put it the other way around. When they were using these children for election purposes, they did not know that it could result to this. During that time, they were good. It's okay. Oh, they can vote. It's their right. But now it has turned. Oh, well, what I want to say about it is that you have said it all. We are just sitting on a keg of gunpowder, which is going to explode.
We are radicalizing children. When they come back to us, they're not just going to go to the government houses. They won't go to the police stations. All of us who are watching now, everybody go hear them.
everybody go hear them, especially in that north, where they don't consider other people as human beings. They want everything to their own advantage.
Yes.
Now that is one of their rewards anyway for the elites in the north.
So they should continue.
When it happens, they say charity begins from home. It will start from the north before it gets to us.
Already, ma'am. See, we are already saying that the economy of the north has been so destroyed by these children.
Now
that
they are crying foul. They are crying this. Yeah, they are crying this. They are crying that. But they will hear it before any other part of Nigeria. Now, another thing I want to say, apart from this, I want to talk about Dangote and all his cries and this and that. Yeah, he may be, trying to save the nation. But what I want to say, is it because it has turned against him that he is now crying, that everybody wants to be on his side, this and that? All these things that has been happening, he has been doing it for years for the several governments that have been coming in Nigeria. He has not been complaining because it has been favoring him. He has denied so many business men of their advantage of. Yeah,
so here we are.
He has been there all the time. But now that it is not going his way, he started raising alarm. People have started going to his. Nothing goes for nothing. He is not doing it because he loves Nigerians or because he wants to help them. He wants to make his money. But whereby the money is not coming the way he wants, that is when he started raising alarm.
I know.
Yeah, so I don't have any pity on that, and I don't have anything to gain from that, and I don't have anything to lose. So for all I say, he should shut up and enjoy what others have been enjoying.
Thank you so much, my lady.
Then let me say this last point. Let me say this last point. This last point I want to say, maybe I just want to call you back. There was a time Abiku Dabire was raining. And that she want to sue this person in Canada, do this, do that. Now I heard something from your diary.
Yep.
The footballers of Nigeria, they went to
Libya.
This place, and they were disgraced. They wanted to be killed. Where is Abiku Dabiri? Where is Abiku?
That is not an area of specialization. If it is if the whole story has no bigotry around it, Abiku will be involved.
Oh, you see, Nigeria is a disgrace.
Totally.
I am ashamed to say that, to open my mouth and tell people that I'm a Nigerian here in Canada. Now, let me tell you something. See, we have a lot of problems here in Canada. When you go, they say, pray for what is this country? Pray for this, pray for that. But nobody remembers that.
Pray for Gaza.
Uh-huh.
Pray for this and that. You're right.
I stand with Ukraine. Pray for Ukraine. But nobody will say pray for Nigeria. A lot of killings, a lot of this. Then I'm a Catholic. The Pope has never for one day said, okay, pray for Nigeria. This is what is going on there. Christians are being killed. So a lot of things going on. Please, Mayegu, I don't know which one to complain and which one not to complain.
You have done so well. You actually done so well within that short time to touch on everything.
Thank you so much.
But yeah,
please, I would like to be calling you all the time. Please. Thank you so much.
You stay safe.
Thank you. God bless you. Keep doing what you are doing. Thank you.
You stay safe. Okay, you have a good one, ma'am. Okay, good afternoon. Now that's interesting. Our time is up. I am going to need, about 2 hours to go prepare for the evening. So I'll just say good morning or good afternoon, or maybe good evening to you from wherever you're joining right now. This is the end of the brunch time. There is going to be a replay from last night coming up next. If you have the time and you missed last night, you can watch the replay in the next 2 minutes. It's coming up next. Good afternoon.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na him be number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o. Ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.